Hello. So Max, what are you doing? What are you up to today? I know you're not going to show us anything that's going to spoil the next issue of Rope, right?
I could. Let me see what I've got. I could show you something.
Yeah, feel free. I will make sure if you guys share your screen and show our viewers whatever you want to show us today. I know Makani has some magnets. He only has 2 left. So for anyone watching, if you want to grab them, you're going to have to grab them quick because they will be gone after. I know I've at least 2 other creators that said they would be popping in. So we should have more company coming. But it's funny, Max, I was saying, show me something. I want to see it, but don't spoil anything because I don't want any spoilers. It is probably the most consistent thing I find myself saying to the live feeds when I'm watching streams, when I'm like, stop spoiling. Oh. So while he's doing that, Makani, why don't you tell me about these magnets that I know what they are, but we have a few people watching. So if you want to tell us what you got.
Obviously not known. Just give me a second. I should have put this out. Okay. Stickers. Here we go.
Hello, Will. Will Pace is in the chat. There's a link posted for the invites to creators. And I know Will is a writer and he may, he is a creator too. I know he's also a talk show host and does interviews, but right. Okay, what we got? Oh, Peter's here. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, Mr. Palmiotti.
Hello.
Peter. Do you know Max? Max, this is Peter Makani.
How you doing?
Peter Palmiotti.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Hello. Nice to meet you guys.
Hello. So we've got Max is going to show us something when he's ready, and Makani is going to show us something as well.
When he's
ready, they're setting up. What are you going to do today, Peter? While you're chatting and creating party with me. What do you got?
I'll be working on my comic retro.
So excited for retro. Now, isn't retro on? Remind me, Peter. Retro is actually in the Mavericks campaign somehow, right? There's a cover or variant. Yeah. What is it again?
Oh well, they did. What was it? Whatever they call it. It's like print extras. That they did that were on a timer.
Okay.
But if you got the whole box package, you get all of them. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's so rad. And yeah. Max, is your guys' campaign done yet, or is it still alive?
It's in demand. Yeah, it's still in demand. We're going to do a second push on it. Basically, when we did the campaign, we had absolutely no idea what we were doing, so we just did everything wrong. So the fact that we got funded is unbelievable.
You already know this, but that's how I met you. I was in a chat on the stream, and I literally I was so happy I had money in my bank that day. The second they said it was hand painted, I'm like, all in. So I shared your screen.
Yeah. Rather than trying to scramble it out together, I'll just share a little clip here. I think you guys will like this better. Don't worry, it's not claimed.
It's not what?
It's not copyright claimed. Don't worry.
Okay, good, because you always have the best music. Round 1.
Yep. They're magnets.
I know. And he only has 2 sets left. So for anyone watching, they're not going to be there long.
This is a crossover with the girls of the Sonic universe with the girls of Street Fighter. And
I had a lot of fun, and I'm having a lot of fun doing this. It's we did the stickers did so well, and people were asking for magnets. So I was like, okay, let's do magnets, and you can see the ones that. And this, like I mentioned, this is like it's mentioned before. This is only round one, meaning that there is actually a second round of this set. So more designs, more stuff like that, and then
I love how they got the color. The colors they're almost spot on exactly your
yeah. At least the camera is.
That's not all.
Not all.
You're so cute, but that's not all. So how much teasing did you get for doing these?
For the magnets?
No, for I'm referring to the comments on my Twitter where I had to ask one of our mutual friends if they were being serious or if they were making fun. Because if they were making fun of you,
No. It's an in joke. It's a running joke.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw my comment.
I saw it. It's a running joke. It's a running
okay.
joke. I was the one who came up with that joke. Because
okay. Because I was getting all Mama Bear mad. I was like,
I was joking. Even I joked on a few of the streams that this is my descent into madness.
I got to be there for some of those. I got to watch them created.
But yeah, these are magnets. These are only available in a 5-pack set with a bonus sticker at a bonus magnet at the very end. Yeah. So I only have 2 left, but get them before they're gone. And this is a little preview of the entire cast. Because if you notice, you see 3 little check question marks right there.
Well, so, who does your music for your stuff?
I do. This is from.
You're so rad. You're so talented.
No. This is from my own iTunes library. I just had to scrummage and find tracks that won't get copyright claimed.
Well, I asked because I created all of my own tracks for my spoken word album I did this year. I did all of the music myself because I didn't want to. I just was like a friend of mine, actually my ex who passed away. Will was there when welcome Will. If no one knows,
hello.
Will Pace from Creators Outlet. He's a writer, and do you have something ready to share, Max, or are you going to use the screen you're on?
I'll have to share it. I'll have to just show you it because I haven't scanned my work on yet. Is that
okay? Yeah, of course. I'll put you in solo layout.
Hang on then.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Wait, Makini, you have something else you wanted to tell me?
Yeah, I have it right here.
Hold on. I don't want to. I know Makini has to leave in a bit, and those are the
that's the SO magnets. I only have 2 sets left. Okay. By the way, all this art is all traditional work. This is all traditional art, ink and markers, of course, and then scan. Little corrections here and there, but yeah.
And you're considering putting some of those original pieces in your shop, right?
They're cool, man. They're really cool.
Yeah.
Do you hear that, Max? Max is another artist, so he could probably appreciate. Makini doesn't want to. He doesn't want to let go of the originals.
Oh man, I let go of all my originals.
The originals are going to have to be like for a high price, though. The originals are going to have to be
artist-proof prices.
Exactly, and they have to be like bundled or something like that. But yeah. But yeah, there you go.
Thank you, Makini, for sharing that with us, and I'm glad. I'm super excited. What happened? Who hurt themselves?
Nothing. We just went from cutesy little stickers to max headroom space. It was shocking.
Oh,
it was shocking.
God, it's just shocking. Max is easy on the eyes, so it can't be that bad.
Yes, mate. Yeah, so that's one of the pages I've been working on recently.
Whoa!
Oh, that's dope, dude.
Whoa!
This. I saw. I think you shared this. Is this the same one you had put on Twitter?
The other day, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was like, I was already blown away by what I had seen. Double
whoa.
Oh man.
These are hand paint. Now, do you use
Nice.
paint or ink? What I'm going to ask you. I want to know what the ink is or what the paint is.
So I have people always ask what my technical process is, and I don't really have one. I don't even have a way that I put paint down. I just do it. I know it's a shit way of explaining it, but I don't know why. I don't know how I do it.
I understand.
I basically just sketch it out, and then to keep the. Sometimes I'll ink it, but if I'm being lazy, I'll just scan it onto Photoshop, darken the colours so it looks darker.
Right.
Then I'll print out the page in black and white, and then just acrylic paint it.
I totally do that. I when I started my haiku series, I was painting the original penciled inks and stuff, and that changed very quickly because I realized I'm like, you know what? I don't want to put paint on these sketches. So I have a lot that I've ended up with where I painted the actual copies of them and not the originals.
Sure.
Yeah. The what was I gonna say? I think that was it. Anything else you wanted to show me, Max? Well, I've got you on.
No, that's all I'm working on at the moment. I've got one here, but it's like taped to the table. It's not finished yet anyway. I don't want to show too much anyway, because
no, wait. Well, I already yelled about spoilers, so we know I'm not gonna mind not. And then
I've got loads of black and whites to do. It's took me ages to get through these pages. I probably bit off slightly more than I could chew, but that's what you do when you're an artist, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're working on second
Pretty
episode
much.
right now, or the second volume?
No, still on the first one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It keeps exponentially growing. Every time we do a few pages, me and Ben come up with a few more ideas, and then he adds pages.
Oh.
So whatever you've bought, you're going to end up with more than what we originally advertised.
Yeah, it's always the writer screwing over the artist.
Yeah, I don't mind, man. Like, if it's our first one, me and Ben are a good creative team together, so it's all good.
Oh yeah, the book looks amazing.
You want to push the project before you start worrying about
Push each other.
anything else. Yeah.
And now Peter, I'm gonna put yours on solo layout. So this is in the issue for the
Okay.
one that. Yeah, so tell everyone about retro. I mean, I know, but I would think they do. But
Right.
I don't. Tell me about it.
Not everybody knows.
Right?
Retro is a character I created in my late teens and sort of thought about him throughout the years. And pretty much 2009, I got an artist. The penciler to this is Rich Fuchsia. I'm pretty much doing almost everything else. I do have a letterer, and I will have somebody helping with production, but I'm inking it and coloring it as well as writing. He's a stronger than the average person. He's faster than the average person. He heals quicker. He's the protector of the 5 boroughs in New York. And, it's very influenced by comics I read from the 60s to the 90s with a modern twist. And it's an adult book, so there'll be blood and nudity,
Good.
Actually, I thought you were.
Good.
Honestly, when you were describing the character, I thought you were talking about your artist. I was like,
He's a bad motherfucker.
But this is retro, and he's like he's got like rock star hair.
It's cool, man.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Who are your
Max and I
artists?
don't have any.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with hair as a
Not much.
Of that.
Sorry, what's the
I
question?
have hair.
Oh, sorry. Who are you like? Who are your main sort of artist influences?
Well, I mean, I like Rich Fuchsia penciled the first issue, but I'll be doing everything with issue 2 on because he's gotten into painting and illustration. But as far as I do want to keep it like a sort of a classic style. Like when I color it, I'm going to be coloring it very 80s style. So it'd be very simple colors. Those are, I always found traditional coloring to be more iconic.
I agree.
Agreed.
Yeah. So, but my penciling is all over the place, and really, it's going to take me a couple of issues to really nail it down. But I'm influenced by everybody because I love all artists mostly.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Totally.
But I grew up on John Byrne, George Perez, Frank Miller, Walt Simonson. Pete Craig Russell, Bernie Wrightson. I'm all over the place, but we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, it makes for a good aesthetical mix. Hey, if it's any consolation, my pencils are dog shit.
Same here.
People ask me every time I do a project, I have to do the majority of the project because I work in a language that is probably difficult for other artists to jump on after I'm halfway through. I've been asked to get involved with projects and just do penciling, and I'm like, I'd love to, mate, but if I gave you my pencils, you honestly wouldn't be able to ink them because you wouldn't be able to see what's there. It's just a scribble.
Right.
Only I can see what's there. It's really
right.
Yeah, it's
really
amazing. When I started doing the illustrations for the haiku series, I had went back to working on paper for the first time in years because I had transitioned to canvas, and I had to figure out real quick that my penciling wasn't like it used to be. Like I used to do everything way back. I would pencil the fuck out of excuse my French. Well, wait, this is my channel. Hold on. No,
Yeah. I was like, you realize this is your channel, right?
I know. And it was crazy. It was so crazy because and Max, you probably can relate because as a painter, my brain I'm like, wait a minute. I felt so inadequate. I'm like, why can't I do this?
I don't consider myself a painter.
Okay, well, I just looked at that page.
Just to run because I put everything I ink it and I pencil it and everything. So
I say painter, but I guess I think of what Makani's doing as painting, to be honest, even though
I disagree.
Totally do.
I disagree strongly. It with me, it usually ends in either inks or markers.
I know, but
the markers though, it's like painting. I can't do it. I haven't got the hand for it.
Okay, it's just a word. It's like semantics. I'm saying painter, but compliment.
I just don't consider myself a painter, though. I just wouldn't.
I know. Okay, well, I'm just gonna pull the painter's card.
I really am an inker at heart, and most of you look through most of my Twitter and Instagram, it is straight inks. Everything I do is pencil first and inks later, and that's usually it.
Well, it took me a while to get back into the whole thing, and I literally had one. I was doing everything live. I was streaming me doing all the creation of the pages live, and I ended up crying during a live stream for about 45 minutes. And I was that girl. I would never even let people see me paint before this year.
It was tears of joy, wasn't it?
And you know what, Makani? I refused to go offline. I sat right here live on my stream and said, you know what? You're not going to beat me. And I cried for 45 minutes and finished that piece live. And
so it was tears of joy.
Oh, well, at the time it didn't feel it, but you know what happened?
It was tears of satisfaction.
I'm so happy.
Maybe this Max can relate to, because the very next night when I went live, hi Rich is in chat. I sent Rich a stream link, so it's late for him, but hopefully he can get in here. Yeah, of course we want you to show up, Rich. I sent him a link. He's so cute.
Click the link.
Click the link.
Click it.
So, get this. So the next night I go live. I don't have it.
It doesn't have it.
It's pinned on YouTube, sweetheart. Let me grab it real quick.
Click it now.
Click it now. I never watch streams on Facebook, hardly ever. And so it's always my brain goes, what do you mean you can't see the link? So the next night I sit down, I go live, and I kid you not, I was going to start penciling something and I didn't grab a pencil. I grabbed a charcoal. And my first medium of super love, super choice, or whatever were charcoal. And I did a piece in charcoal the next night, and all of whatever skill set I had for penciling came right back to my hands. It was the coolest. That was like joyful.
It's like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike.
Totally. I had to get back to a medium that my brain was connected to, if that makes sense. Can you? Yeah, I just sent it to your Facebook Messenger, Rich. So yeah, totally. Like I told you, get that, like, and after that, I was fine. I did the whole rest of the book without any other further, whatevers. I'm going to be boxing. Oh, I'm like, who is this? Oh, my goddaughter. She's so cute. I forgot my goddaughter's messenger chat with me is called Rockstar. And I'm like, oh, I have a Rockstar. I have a message from the Rockstar. She is a Rockstar. Hi, Andre. I think Andre's at work, couldn't make it, but I sent him a link as well. So hopefully Mr. Parada is getting set up to come in. So any questions that anybody has for each other? Now that we've got this multi-stream of various types of creators. Will, what are you writing right now? I'm gonna get on Will's case for a minute. He's always writing something. What are you writing?
I can't talk about it.
Oh, dang it! That's okay. That's a question. I don't like spoilers, so go ahead. Yes.
Does anybody else have a bunch of backup ideas that they've been meaning to work on for the last 2 years, but I haven't started yet?
All of them.
As you probably not noticed, as you're probably not seeing my camera right now, I've raised my right hand. I've already raised my hand.
I'm done. I'm like, who wants to go first? Well, tell us about yours, Max. Tell us about yours.
I've got too many.
I
get sad sometimes because I think there's no chance I'm going to be able to produce all the stuff I want to produce before I die.
Okay, I'm older than you, so I think you're fine. You're not planning on.
I've got going on in my head.
You're not planning on base jumping anytime soon, right?
Nah.
You'll be okay. Nah. So I follow. You guys know. I think most of you know I'm a stand-up comic, and I follow Steve-O because he's one of my favorite personas, just in general. And they're doing Jackass 4, and I will humbly and unapologetically admit that those are my favorites. I love those movies, and. Someone made a ratchet comment on his page about him being too old and how all the guys from Jackass are too old, right? So you know what he did? He went live and base jumped.
Too old for what? For just
base jumped, like with the, what? I'm sorry. You know what base jumping is, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's like too old. Yeah, he's in his 50s, and he's like, I'm too old? You think I'm too old? Yeah. Well, oh, yeah? Here. And he base jumped. Oh. Where is Mr. Parada?
He probably wants it sent again. He probably deleted it by accident.
No, he's probably setting up his camera because he's probably going to work on a piece or something, and he's got to set up that the thing for us to be able to see his work. So, wait, let me go back here. Andre said, evening, folks, just saying hellos. I see how long things take. Maybe I'll hop in. Yeah, well, depending on how long we're going to... I don't know how much of this I'll get done, but I'm working on a simple log cabin. Like, I got someone asked me in their, they were trying to be nice kind of way. They're like, do you only draw women? And I'm like, no. And so okay, fine.
Doris, where does the crossover come from with you and this comics shit?
So
you seem like a fine artist.
Yeah, well, it's funny that
it's like fine art / comedy. It's like
it's not funny.
No. I don't mean the comic. I don't mean the comic. The funny stuff. I mean like this comic stuff, this CG stuff. This what we're doing now.
I got nominated. I got nominated to be CG. I didn't have anything to do with being.
Oh, okay. How did that happen then? Because I'm interested to find out how you.
Hey, Richie.
Involved. Hey, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
Hey, guys.
Rich
Hello.
is here.
Hello.
So we all got a chance. I'm fairly certain I got to let everyone. Why don't you tell us what you're going to work on today while we're together? I put you in solo layout for a second, Rich, and I'll let him tell us, and then I'll answer Max's question.
Doing a bit of incantessi, mate.
I'm drawing a page of incantessi.
Don't tell us what it's about. No spoilers.
I'm not telling anybody what it's about. No spoiler.
Okay, good. Then you can still be my friend.
Why, thank you. I am honored that I am your friend.
So
who's
to
here?
answer,
Who's here?
oh yeah,
Who's
okay.
here?
So that's a good point.
I know Dory's here. That's pretty obvious.
I'm very, very noticeable. So yes, Max is here. He is.
Hey, Max.
He is the artist on. Max, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Rokan or Rokan?
You can say it however you want, Doris.
You are so sweet to me. I know.
Look at
you know, this is why.
However you want. You bought a
It
copy.
can be Rokan.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Well, I am that girl.
It's so any ways that he wants to say it now.
Yeah.
Nefarious had me figured out last night. He said, I said something about being 50 in your 50s. I made a comment about being in your 50s or whatever. And he goes, he's so cute. He goes, you know what, Dory, we all know you're really a 42-year-old white man in a woman's body or some shit. And I just fucking died. I was dying. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? That checked out. So
it's actually me. I'm the 42-year-old white woman.
It was a white woman. He was saying, oh, well, so to answer Max's question, the C is so funny. CG or not CG? I was told I was CG. I was put in that category, guilty by association, apparently. Sure. And I was like, all I had to say.
Why who?
What?
Someone did it in a derogatory way.
Was I what? Me?
Did someone say that you were involved in CG?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And it was and the thing is it was a woman, and it was someone I've never met in my entire life. And I got two things to say to that. And honestly, my whole rant is on RJ's show. I went on Critical Blast and I kind of ranted on it. And I'm like, if you want to call me that, and I'm the Diva Dory, Tantra goddess, freedom lover who will support. I will support you. I do not give a fuck who you fuck. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care what your race is. I'm going to support you and love you. And if this woman wants to call me whatever, then fine, because that is something I'd never do to another woman.
Isn't it weird that you have to sort of justify it and say all those things, like things
it's completely unnecessary.
Take for granted about someone that they've just met?
Well, and what's really funny, and I said this to a friend the other day, one of the CG friends, I'm like, you know what? The things that they say about CG, I am the exact opposite of all of the things that people accuse CG of being. I am a powerful woman. I am a boss lady. I am a woman who's going to support every race, every ethnicity, every gender, you name it. And honestly, the most friendly people to me, this non-comic book person, have been all CG. I have been banned and shunned by more non-CG people than CG. So, oh well, all right, so be it. Okay. Hi, Joe, from the desk of a small press publisher, and all-star drawing jam, right? Well, yeah. So I'm gonna do this real quick. So we've got Makani here. Tell me about this girl. I know we saw your magnets, but tell us about the girl you're working on, Makani.
I would like to preface that. Despite the fact that I support a lot of people in CG, I have friends in CG. I do hang out with people in CG. Mm-hmm. I'm not CG.
Oh, I get you.
Why aren't you CG?
I'm the same.
Because of one thing.
Go on, what's the thing?
I'm not a comic creator.
I don't think you have to be. You can be a consumer, right?
Yet.
And I really honestly don't.
And it's just you know what? I always try to stay away from I see it the same way I am with like I'm not TFM like Phantom Menace anymore. I'm not a stuff. It's just like a lot of the internal drama I try to stay out of as much as possible.
Absolutely, me too, mate. But it's just the core tenets that I identify with.
I just don't want to be. And really, to be honest, I just don't want to be like I am. I am my own label.
And
that's more important.
Yeah.
And I quite honestly was trying to change the subject, and with all due respect, Max, I don't want to have a CG conversation on my channel.
No. But I figured if everybody's was gonna,
No, I was
about it.
I was answering Max's question to me.
Okay. No.
I wasn't necessarily asking just about CG. I just meant in the comics thing as a whole.
That's a different question.
But then when you started talking about someone was giving you shit about CG, then I asked us a separate question.
Oh, I heard CG, so I put my answer that way. But sure. I got into this world simply because I started following Christy Shen, and then I met Pops, and Pops made the suggestion one day that I illustrate my poetry, and And by the time that suggestion had been made, I was following Rich. I was learning so much about all these different things people were doing. And so I was in the middle of illustrating this book and really had no intention of doing anything comic book related. But the comic creators, a lot of like Rich and Christy and a few of the others I had started following, my brain went off and I said, you know what? I want to do an illustrated page for each haiku using panel pages.
Right. Got you.
And that's what really solidified my connection to this world. And Peter knows this. I have a webtoons of my stand-up comedy. I stopped putting stuff on there. I did 6 episodes of my own art, and I will eventually revisit it. But I just started downloading Young Romance from the public domain site. It's the comic book that Jack Kirby did. He did the artwork for a romance comic called Young Romance. And I just started downloading those and reading them because I'm not going to... that's part of why I put my comic book on hold, the one about the Amazon beauty, because I want to read and get some experience in terms of even knowing what the hell I'm even trying to do with that. I'm not even going to go into that blind. Sure. And I'm not going to do it and disrespect the world of comic books. And that's why I said, you know what? You're going to put yourself in student mode. And I'm reading the Jack Kirby series right now.
Excellent.
Okay.
Good. Good answer.
So I guess, I should have done my intro, right? That was supposed to be...
What?
Was I supposed to? Was it you wanted me to do an intro, right?
I wanted you to tell me about Bubblegum. Tell me about this girl.
Okay.
I wanted you to talk about her.
This is my character and my avatar since the right here. See.
Yes.
It started.
That's lovely.
It started with a picture I found on Pinterest of curly hair, like beautiful black woman with curly hair, and I just thought to myself, I was like, I've never drawn anybody with curly hair before. I thought I'd try that. Well, it got around. It got around, especially in my circles, and especially in my group on like Twitter, Instagram, and such. People seem to really like that, so I did another one, and people seem to really love the character. It really grew on everybody else. It wasn't until a friend of mine on YouTube, he told me that if there was one that Bubblegum seemed to be kind of a representation of yourself, is that when they see the character, they see me. And that was kind of like you know what? She's going to be my official mascot for the channel. She's going to be my official mascot. So I plastered her everywhere. And what's funny thing is that it's like every time I draw her curls get longer and longer and longer. And more frill. It's
I can't speak for the other creators here, but I love doing hair.
Yeah, that's the big feature. Everybody loves the way I ink hair, the way I ink curly hair like this. So
it's cool, man.
it's actually a simple process. It's actually a simple process. It's just it is time consuming doing this kind of curls and making it look like curls, making it look volumetric, making it feel like there's an amount of volume to it. There's weight to it. There's a lot of detail within it, even though it's just basically me using either a brush pen and just kind of scribbling throughout. It's like dedicated scribbling. It's like there's a trick to it. There's kind of an art to that. There's kind of a skill to it because I have to do it in a specific way to make it look like make it look like she has curls throughout the whole thing. In fact,
and then correct me if I'm wrong, but you've got one pant leg done, right? And you're gonna make the other one look darker, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. It blows my mind what you can do with markers. It really does. Like as a painter, like I look at what you guys do with ink, like what Max does with paint or with ink, and what you do with markers it drives my mind blind. And then like Rich, don't tell us about this page.
I don't wanna.
But clearly,
I don't want to tell you.
I'm being purposely secretive right now.
You're very sweet. You're being very quiet. We didn't do official introductions, and I just remembered, so I put you back on. I'm going back to chat real quick. Are you leaving, sweetheart? Because you got to go.
No. You want to share my screen? Then I'll leave. But I was here.
Okay, I will do that, and then we'll give Rich the channel again.
That's lovely. You don't have to. You don't have to give me the channel yet. It's okay.
Okay. And I do want to go back to my chat when you get a chance. So go ahead, Makini. I know you've got to go.
I gotta go, but this is the
stream. Makini, you're supposed to be somewhere else at 3:30.
I know. I gotta be somewhere soon, but yeah, this is the first drawing of bubblegum I ever did. It was just started as just a little doodle, and then it just it became its own thing. It became its own entity that I was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep this going because people love this character. People love the way I draw the curls. People love it. It's like, okay, I'll make her official like mascot for my channel, and I feel like it represents a side of me that I didn't really see in myself. But yeah, it just one thing led to another, and now she's my freaking mascot. And now I'm like 5 seasons in my freaking draw streams, and now I'm coming up with a new avatar for her. Well, I hope to turn her into merch at some point.
And I was going to say, and you've been drawing her now for so long that when you do a comic book with her,
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, right, Will? Do you see a comic book when you look at her pictures?
Well, first I was gonna ask Makini who she was, and secondly, I was gonna ask him if I could get an introduction.
She's not based off of anybody in real life, but I have a Pinterest if you want to just see all the like references I got for her, though.
Are they all on your Pinterest? Is it?
Yeah, they're on my Pinterest. I'll share it.
Okay. All right. So
people are asking.
Let me go to my chat real quick before I shift gears. Okay. So Andre, we saw that. We saw this. Joe is visiting. Joe is here, and then what does he say? May question to all. Does association really matter at all if you're putting out good work and being 100% with all people who come across your work? Just saying.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No,
it definitely doesn't to me. If you're a sweetheart, I'm probably going to be a sweetheart right back. No need to label self in your work. That is beautiful hair. He was talking about your girl.
I believe that you are your own label. So I believe that you are your own label.
I am the Amazon beauty, so good luck trying to categorize me. I'm just saying. Right. Shannon Roscoe. I know. Shannon Roscoe, you guys, who is in our chat, she's an amazing painter. She said straight amazing work when she was watching everyone. Joe said it's a Cantessi page. Then he corrected it in Cantessi. Makini needs an action figure now. He clearly has an action figure named Bubblegum. She can have magic.
I don't know who or someone would be willing to do. I can't think of a single person who would be doing who would be willing to do like a 3D model of her.
Wait, let me do this. Look, see, Will there is a writer. Right. Will, go write the comic book.
wait.
Okay, I'll start it.
He started
okay.
it. Glenn said, I just now got your message. Shannon
Hey, I
said,
just got your
awesome
message.
story.
Shannon Roscoe says, "Oh, thanks, Dory."
Okay, so
Sorry, I'm being obnoxious. I didn't mean to read that. Sorry.
you are. I'm. Where did Riches go?
I don't know. I'm right here.
He hasn't left.
I understand that.
I'm right here.
Oh, I see. Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
I've never had this many guests in my StreamYard. There you go. Okay, Rich. So, Rich, clearly you know some of the people that are here. Machni is here.
I don't know anybody. I'm a stranger.
Well, this is Rich Parada. He is the creator
Hello, Rich
for
Parada.
the Contessi.
That's me.
You're in the company of Machni. Max. Max, say your last name for me. Hedstrom.
Oh my God, I know who this dude is. What's up, Max?
Anyway,
It's been a while. What's up, bro?
Peter Palmiotti is here.
Oh, that guy?
Are you leaving Machni?
Oh God, Peter Palmiotti. Oh,
yes, Peter Palmiotti is here.
Oh my God, he smells. He smells.
Wow.
Well, I know you, Rich.
Peter.
Rich has probably been looking down at his paper.
God,
He's
help
probably
me.
been looking down this whole time and hasn't
No.
seen.
Dory, thank you.
We got the wrong Palmiotti again.
You know what I feel like when I hear Peter Palmiotti's voice?
Oh,
like in Kentucky Fried Movie when they say, "Take him to Detroit." You know.
Oh my God. Okay, Machni, are you trying to say goodbye?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I will. Hopefully, if I wasn't occupied on another stream, I would stay on much longer.
Well, I appreciate you stopping in. I really do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Can I make
nice to meet you.
See you later, man. Can I make a disclaimer? I actually am very fond of Peter Palmiotti. He's really great.
Luke, we can hear you. Joe says Peter is like a silent assassin when it comes to inks.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to say any more words because Peter will kill me as a result of what I just said. So.
When not with. Peter showed me a stack of inks or pages he had to ink, and I'm like, I don't know.
Pete's rather good at what he does. I will say that with aplomb and certainty. Peter knows what the hell he's doing.
Hey, you want to see something?
Yes, yeah. I want to say, what are you inking, man? Let me see what you got,
let's friend. I'll switch over to your. Oh my God, Peter! What is this?
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
What the hell is that, you psycho? You're out of your mind.
This is something I just shared out.
God.
This is going to be an anthology book called American Alchemy.
Wow.
And I'm doing 6 covers for it, and I'm making a short story for it.
It looks great.
And it's beautiful work.
What do you use to ink, mate?
What did I use to ink?
Yeah. You sound like me, Max.
He has beautiful lines, man. The lines are thick.
This is let's see. I mostly use brush on this.
Oh wow.
A little rapidograph, and some quill. But mostly brush.
Yeah. I thought as much.
So
absolutely beautiful.
This is the cover. This is going to be the cover.
This is one of the covers.
An octopus.
I don't know. It's like a wrestling book, but it's also fantasy, and it's got a bunch of different characters in it.
I love the braid. See how her hair is in a braid? That's badass. Yeah. I love that. Because for any creator out there, if no woman fights with her hair down, I'm just saying, okay, put the fucking hair up. Anyway, excuse my French. I know.
You're fucking excused.
It's my talking. What the fuck are you? Everybody's all, what the fuck? I couldn't get through Peppermint. The movie Peppermint drove me out of my mind because the chick, she should have put her hair up. Okay, yeah, Glenn B. Fleming says, I'm going to film myself coloring some stuff from Hatch 2 tomorrow. I'll let you know when it's done. And Luke is here. Luke said he did a 6th feline creating right now. Nice. Okay, so going back to... Did we finish introducing Rich to everyone? And
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. We know.
Everybody knows who I am.
We all know. Right?
Everybody knows who the hell I am.
Oh my God. So I want you to tell everyone about this con you just went to and the one that's coming up.
Oh, I went to my first convention in over 2 years. It was MCon Nottingham. It was nice to get back to humans and seeing people of like mind and having too much fun. But I mean, I'm sure my experience isn't any different from anybody else who started going back to cons in the States. So, but yeah, it was nice to have people around. And let's say that there was a nice amount of positive feedback, and I'm pleased. I'm very pleased with what happened. And then the next one I'm going to is London.
London. You have to say it.
London. I'm going to London for a convention, a comic book convention, and none of you are either. So for sure.
And then, Max, have you been to any cons in your area where you are?
No,
Max should go to every single con that's ever done.
You what? I'm sorry.
I said no because I'm a massive introvert and I don't go anywhere.
Oh, I can relate to that one. What about you, Will? Have you had? I don't think you have.
That's not. I think
not since 2019.
What about you, Peter?
It's been a while. I went
Peter needs to get
I guess the
invited
last convention, I went to was in Louisville, and I guess that was either 18 or 19. 20.
Wow, that's a
I
lot.
I was going to go to Thought Bubble this year, but it's I think
Thought Bubble. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You first, my friend. Sorry about that.
All right, brother. Carry on.
The Thought Bubble, I think, starts getting the opening the tables up in February of next year.
Right. There's been a bit of controversy around it, hasn't there, because of they disinvited Frank Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And then the woman who got him disinvited didn't show up.
I think they've got a lot of people sort of not going now, unfortunately.
I have there's a local con. It's not the big San Diego con, but there's a local con in the southern part of San Diego County that right now they're having community planning kind of meetings. And I missed the last one, but I'm signed up to go to the next one to be part of the community that'll maybe hopefully put it on or help put it on to try to bring them back and have them be back.
Cool.
And then I was doing it. I was I was reaching out to the local comic book stores pretty aggressively for a little bit, but they all were kind of saying the same thing, that just, their doors were open and stuff, but to plan like in-store signings and stuff with people, that was still kind of on the back burner for a bit until they kind of see what's going to happen next with everything. So, but it was nice because I got to open a dialogue with some of them and get to know their names and start meeting some of the locals. I love all of you guys. I love you, but I wanted to kind of create a connection to whatever local comic community there is here.
For sure, that's how you do it. You have to make relationships, don't you?
Yeah,
right?
That's true. You have to interact with other humans.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
I don't. Fuck. I don't want to do that. I don't like humans. They smell bad, they eat food, and they just don't shut up. Ever.
Are you still talking about me? I'm just kidding.
I'm talking about everybody.
I know, I'm kidding.
I am.
Excellent, Dory.
I don't discriminate. I hate everyone.
Luke said he's going to be a vendor at the Motor City Comic Con on October 15th.
Whoa, Motor City. Nice. Done. Ooh,
nice.
That's a sexy ass con, man.
I'm probably going to butcher his last name, Korolowitz, maybe. But this is Luke Korolowitz Art. He has a channel on YouTube as well as he's on my Twitter. But
I know that guy.
You know that guy? Okay.
I know that guy.
So.
Yeah, I know him.
Hey, is that the guy from the place with the thing? It's
I'm going to change the subject. So. I got to wake up to a painting being sold this week. What is your best moment so far this week, guys? Who wants to go first?
I shouldn't say it because I know I'm going to say something really disgusting, and I'm just going to keep my mouth shut right now.
Well, TMI, man. TMI.
I know. I'm a bad influence.
No, you're just bad.
I am just bad. I'm such a bad boy.
You're only an influence if we follow in your footsteps.
Don't follow in my footsteps because then you'll get shit on the bottom of your shoes.
Nice.
Hey, I'm just being self-depreciative humor and stuff like that.
I know you are. You're just kidding.
I'm aware of that. Dory, that's fantastic that you sold one of your paintings.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Yeah,
that was
going. Nice job.
I want to know, Max, what are you working on? Yeah, I made you full screen.
So nosy.
I'm so nosy.
I'm gonna have to untape it from my.
Oh, that's right. You have it taped. I don't want you to have to dismantle your work.
Well, you've asked me now, so now I'm doing it.
Hey, Dory, how much longer are you going to be on?
Until nobody wants to be here with me anymore.
All right, can you give me about 10, 15 minutes? My phone's about to die, and it charges quickly, so I'll come back in about 15 minutes, all right?
You can go and come back. I won't be upset.
Well, I'm going to, so I'll be back. That was wonderful. Oh, my God. That's you.
Oh, wow.
So good.
I'll be right back.
It's only the underpainting, but...
That's amazing.
Looks great.
Okay, explain what you just said to me. Underpainting. Like I don't know what I'm talking. Because I really don't know what you mean. But go ahead.
Underpainting improved my painting exponentially. So basically, you just pick a dark color, usually burnt umber or a dark red. And the first thing you do when you have got your inks and you start painting is just painting the darks and the lights with just a dark color, and then glaze over the top with the same color. And what you'll have is a base background color that's like it's like your environment color. So when you paint over it with the actual colors, it retains there's more to it. There's more density to the painting. So and
then you get different shades. Do you get different shades of color?
Yeah, it's just if you ever looked at a painting, a really good painting, and then and then say it's a portrait or something, and then there's areas where the color isn't. It's like I don't know, on the face there's like a big blob of green or something, but it really works. And you're like, why did they decide to put green there? And it's probably the underpainting. They've just, as they're painting over it, they've just left some of the underpainting coming through.
Okay.
And just decided to leave it, but it I don't know how to describe it. It just gives.
You don't have. You do
more white.
Exactly that. I just would know. I do. You put a word, basically, Max. You just put a word to something I do, and that's what. You know what I'm saying? Like I do what you're describing, but like my head's like, oh, what does he even mean? But I totally do it. I totally do that. I also do this. Have you ever done a what is it called? And this is what I call it. I wash paint. So like on this canvas, for example, it's painted black, but I use water to trace the image. Sure. And so I basically wash, I call it wash painting. I basically water paint with water now I only do it with my blacks. If it's a white canvas, I'm probably not going to do that. But, I actually underpaint is exactly what I did with a piece I started yesterday.
Right.
And that's where she's at. That's where she's sitting. She's in that stage, and I haven't gone back. So Luke was adding that he does illustrations, drawings, commissions are going to be available at his booth. The Space Cowboys felines will be welcome, one and all. And for the ladies out there, I'll bring protection. Oh man, TMI. Hey, but you know what? Protect yourselves. That's funny.
He's talking about wearing a mask.
Oh, okay. Okay. Like, thanks, Peter. Like, I clearly have a much dirtier mind than other people because that isn't where my head went.
Well, you spent a lot of time around us, so you know.
I tell you, man. Will, did you ever finish telling me what you're writing?
No, I told you I can't talk about it right now.
Oh, that's right. See, you did say something, and
But,
like,
but it's a thing, okay?
it's a thing. I know.
It's a thing.
You're always. It's a thing.
It's a thing, and
Luke
now
says,
now
"No, I'll bring
apparently
drones."
I have to write a story around McAnee's bubblegum that doesn't involve me, leasing out the character to Pornhub. So,
Well, you can just take the character in your mind and have get inspired.
I've already done it like 3 times. So,
Okay, good. That's good. That's the best way.
So
Men have the
painting that
best
you sold-
imaginations. Yes.
the
What,
painting
Max?
that you sold- the painting that you sold, is it attached to your campaign? Is it one of those?
This one?
Is this the one that
No.
you sold? The one you're doing now? No.
Oh, no. It's the one that sold was a similar. I stumbled across this very accidentally. Okay, so I'm sitting here one night and I painted something on a white canvas and hated it. And so I said, okay, fine. So I painted the canvas black.
Sure.
And Luke, I'm not even putting that comment on the screen.
let me see.
All I gotta say to that is I don't believe in limiting myself, and I don't give myself titles or limits, and so yeah,
Sure.
never say never is all I gotta say to that in response to that question. So
And to his last comment, those are too small for me. Thanks anyhow.
yeah, they do have XLs on those. So anyway, you know how fuck. I lost my train of thought.
Well, that was a good answer.
Apparently, you've picked up my train of thought.
I enjoyed the answer.
I'm like, son of a bitch. Okay. So I literally, Max, I painted black. I'm like, you know what? I'm not wasting this canvas. So I painted all black. The next day I go to it just I'm like, okay, what am I going to do now? And so I start grabbing these watercolors I have that are pretty bright, and they're not what do you call that? They're not glow in the dark, but they're super bright neons when they dry. And I just proceeded to, paint, and I let the thing dictate. That I posted, and it was sold within 24 hours.
Wow.
And
Excellent.
and then as soon as the woman who bought it, of course, she came snag it up. She lives real close to me here. Then I posted that it was sold, and literally right off, 2 of my other friends were like, wait, no, I wanted that. And I go, well, so of course I go over to my website shop, and I add a first real time in my life as a painter, I added a commissioned artwork thing in my shop on my website.
Nice.
And then yeah, right. And then literally within 24 hours of that, I got 2 orders for commissions. And those are both done. One, my buyer's not going to be here in San Diego till December. She's going to grab it then. And so then, so I did those, and then I have tons of these little black 8x10s. And so earlier this week, I didn't have a commission to work on. I didn't want to work on my haiku series. I like having the varieties of art that I have, because there's no way I could wake up and do the same thing every day.
Sure, I totally understand.
I cannot do that. And so I go and I create a beach scene. So I grab one of the black canvases and I just created a beach scene. So there's like shells and the beach and the ocean, whatever's. And I put it in my shop for sale. And that's the one, literally that one was like not even 12 hours later sold.
Fantastic.
So apparently
really well.
these paintings on black are a thing. Apparently I stumbled across it quite accidentally. So we will see what happens with this one. Now with this one you are watching me start here, it's now officially the 6th painting in process in my room. I have 6 other paintings that I have started.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm. The other ones, one of them, I had a friend message me asking me how much I was going to charge, and I don't think she liked hearing what I said, and so because she didn't offer to pay for it, but I told her she could prepay for it before it's done.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from her, so we'll see. But
Yes, some people don't want to pay for art, man.
Oh God, I had a guy, total stranger, like ask me out on a date, and then he goes, "Can I have some of your art?" And I'm like, what I wanted to say, you haven't even bought me dinner yet, but I didn't say that. This is the one that someone asked about.
Dude, that's wicked.
Yeah, so let me put it on solo so you can see it. It's a ballet dancer. She's probably my 4th or 5th ballet dancer I have painted.
Closer.
Oh, he's all closer.
Thank you. Oh, that's really good.
Do you like that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna add a real subtle white to some of the areas in the curves and because this is what I mean by I totally get the, what did you say? What did you call it again? Underpainting.
Yeah.
So I wet painted her on the black canvas with water.
Yeah.
So that she was there as an image. And then I used a really light lavender. And then I came back in with a darker lavender. And then I came back in with a grayish tone.
Sure.
And the one thing left I'm going to do is I'm going to add some super white, silvery glimmer color I have to some of the hair. Real fine lines in there somewhere.
That's cool, that is. That'd be good on a piece of clothing, that's really good.
This is the one that is in serious new. Like, she's super new. Like, she doesn't have any details yet. Trip out on this. A female form came out of the canvas and looked at me while I was painting. And so there's going to be a face here and a face here. And I don't know what's going to happen over here yet. The painting will tell me. I don't even know.
Very free.
Nice.
Thank you. So those are the ones that I've got going on, and I have 3 on my wall that I'm still working on. So it's what I do when I'm between stuff.
I've got shitloads that I'm working on.
So I want to hear about what, Peter? I'm sorry.
I got I lost track of how many things I'm working on.
Right. I was gonna ask.
Go on.
I was going to ask Max, what was this project that you makes you sad that you're not working on? Can you share about it?
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's not just one. There's an absolute abundance of conceptual ideas. I have a notebook that's just a pack for. I could read it off to you, but it'd be just gobbledygook. There's a lot of different comic stories that I want to do, and I think once I've done. I mean, I'll work on Roken for like as long as Ben wants to work on it, but that'll be my painted comic. Like I'm not interested in doing another one. If I were to do another comic, I want it. It's really weird. Like I think a lot of artists strive for style, especially in the comic industry, and I've never been one for that. Like if I think of a concept, I'll try and apply an aesthetic to it that I think suits it, and then if I have another concept, I'll just be completely different. So I always wanted to paint a comic. I always wanted to paint a fantasy comic. So when Ben came to me with Roken, I was like, oh, that's perfect. Well, it'll be out my system when it's done. The next one, I want to do like a full black and white book, just black and white. And I'll probably change my drawing style as well, because the aesthetic sort of lends itself to the story. If that makes sense. And I think I'd like to do that going forward. Every time I bring something out, I have the aesthetic look differently, like directors do with movies. You know what I mean? Instead of having something that's instantly recognizable as mine.
I know what you mean, because I'm that girl. Like I see artists. I try very hard not to be judgmental, but I'll come across a painter. So like. As you know, because I'm having a master's on Saturdays, but on my Sundays show in October, because it's just the whole month of October on Sunday nights, I'm having paint slingers that actually sling paint on canvas. And I look at, when I go find them, the ones I picked them specifically because every single one of them, it's not to say that I didn't find other people I loved. Rich is back.
Back.
But the ones that are going to be on my Sunday night shows in October are specifically canvas painters that don't just paint one way. When I look at their collection, when I look at their different paintings, I have to question if it's all the same person.
Sure.
That's the painter I love. Like that. Like I can tell a Gustav Klimt from another. Like I can tell him right on sight. But that's just because I'm biased and he's my favorite. But when I started painting my own paintings, that was exactly why. What you just said is exactly why I don't always paint the same thing.
Yeah, and I think that mindset's more common in the fine art world than it is in the comic world. I think in the comic world, you tend to keep your style because it's like a brand. But I think it's just always attracted me to just work to the concept as opposed to working to a style that I have. Although saying that, it's quite hard because I've produced work that I've thought is completely different to what I've done before, and then someone's come to me and gone, "Oh, I saw that," and then I could tell it was yours. So I might not be the best at recognizing my own style anyway.
Or that person just happens to follow you closely enough. I've had that happen. You know, like they know more because they follow you closer than others. You know, like you missed it, Rich. You weren't here when I was showing them the ballet dancer that I just recently did. Rich has seen it.
It's lovely. It's truly lovely.
She's the 5th ballet dancer that I've ever done, and I hope that you take this the right way, Richard. But it kind of bothered me that someone assumed I was representing Cassandra only because it just made it obvious this guy doesn't know me, the guy who made the comment, and I don't need to name
that's fine. I wasn't offended at all. I was surprised that it was even mentioned.
Well, you know, people do what they do and they say what they say to imply certain things, Rich. You know what I mean? This kid clearly doesn't know that as a foster kid, when I lived in foster care. Oh, Helen's here.
Helen, hi.
Say hello to Helen, and I am going to probably butcher her last name, but Tretyakovova. She is one of my paint slingers for the October month I was telling you guys about. She is one of my paint slingers for my Sunday night spotlights.
What does she sling it?
Slings paint. It's an effect.
Sling it though. It's like
painter woman. Sling the paints like a painter can, and she says,
Jesus
"Yeah,
Christ.
It's a term meant for people who paint as opposed to other forms of art." Okay, and I'm using it. Okay. Okay.
All right,
it's not a swingers club, Rich. It's slinger.
I said sling. I didn't say swing.
Oh.
You can jump in, she says.
Reverts, all of you.
Yes, hop in here, girl. I want you.
Yes, jump in, Helen.
You fucking come in here. She has some. Oh my God, guys. She has some artwork. Here's what I knew. I knew I was picking a good person to be on my show because it took me a while to find a thumbnail that I could actually use for her stream because her paintings are they're mind-blowing, first of all. And then secondly, no offense, because she knows I love her, but some of them are YouTube would have not let me have them on there.
Ooh, are they naughty paintings?
No, dark. Very dark, but definitely not something they would allow. So I was going to say, what was I even saying?
Russian, that could be.
Oh, the ballet girls. I wanted to tell you guys about the ballet girls. So I was in foster care, and as foster kids in this foster home, they took us to the Superdome, and I got to see the Nutcracker in the Superdome. And that was all she wrote for me. When it came to ballet and being drawn to that and being affected by it, I started following ballet. I started following figure skating, anything like that. To me, it was one of those things I got to add to the list of things that kept me from taking myself. As Rich yawned over me talking about that.
I didn't mean that. That wasn't for you. That was just I haven't slept. I got up at like 2:00 this morning. I'm
no, I didn't say you did it intentionally. I was talking about killing myself.
I'm on 22 hours of sleep, and you better not fucking kill yourself.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you is that ballet was why I didn't. They got to be on a short list of things that kept me alive, and that was one of them was ballet.
Oh, heavy.
Ballet, Leonard Nimoy, and you two are the. I was just sharing.
Nimoy, don't you?
Oh, he saved my life. He saved my life as a little girl.
I feel like that should be a song.
Leonard
Nimoy saved my life in brackets as a little girl.
It's funny. It's not a song, Max, but it is in my volume 2 of my Diva book. So, you were talking about all these projects that you're asking about. Like, do we have all these other? Yeah. So my my Diva 2, Volume 2 of my Diva series is written. And no, I have not done, it's written. I just have to do the final edits and put it together for publication. But one of the parts of that book is called The Influencers. And it's about the Leonard Nimoys and the U2, Stephen King, Anne Rice, and ballet, things like that, things that kept me alive. It's about things that kept me alive growing up, is what it's about, that section of the book. Joe D says, call the painting with the two women whisper instead of gossip. The one with the two women may not end up being only two women, so who knows what's going to happen. I'm not shocked that another female form came while I was painting. Oh, Rich wasn't here for that.
I was not.
I was showing them this painting I started yesterday.
That's lovely.
It started off as just being one woman in a sitting position, but look, another female came through the canvas.
Yeah.
And I'm not shocked because I've been looking at a lot of my Gustav Klimt favorites, and I'm going to do a big canvas homage piece to Gustav. I've never painted, I guess it would be called, you guys would probably call it fan art, but I've never really done that before. And as long as I have followed him, and he's on that list of influencers that saved my life, but I'm going to do one. I've decided that I'm going to take the paint to a canvas and I'm going to do a Gustav. Whether it's literal or not, I can't speak to. The canvas and paint will tell me that, but I do know that I want to do one of the pieces he got dinged for being, they called it pornographic. There was a series of them. Hi, Phil. Yes, you're late, party. Yes, you're late, Phil, but you're still welcome. I'm pretty sure you have the link, and if you don't, it's pinned in the YouTube chat. I invited Phil as well. So, and Helen is probably prepping. She said she just got home, so hopefully she's getting ready to come in. So yeah, what was the name? There was 3 paintings he did because they were trying to get him. They wanted him to do a mural. And he actually did do the public mural, but he got such hazing about it being pornographic that he never agreed to, he never did commission public work after that because of it. And when you look at the paintings, well, one, you can't really see the actual paintings because they were destroyed. They don't exist. And if they do exist, they're in a private collection somewhere and someone's lying about them being destroyed. But I'll probably, whatever piece I choose to do as an homage to Gustav will probably be one of the ones that got the most hatred against nudity. He was such a fine man, and he painted so many of his lovers. I love everything about him. Do you know who I'm talking about, Gustav? Max,
Yes.
Do you know that painter?
Yeah, I know Gustav.
Yeah, a lot of his paintings were confiscated during World War II, and they were held by the Nazis and stuff, and the families they had to get them back. And then his painting Adele sold for 12 billion or 12 million. I can't remember.
12 million, Jesus, that's a lot of money for a painting.
Is that all?
I saw it in New York, Rich. I got to see it in New York in 2006. I went to a gallery showing of Gustav's work, and I got to see Adele in person. Now she was behind glass,
That's
but
insane.
what's insane is that she is a painting on canvas, Rich, and she's like the size of a fucking wall of a building, man. She's so huge.
Crazy.
Right. I'm like, how did he do this? Joe says, I think the latter is true. Never know who have what when it comes to fine art. Yeah, people are hiding shit. Phil, we know I hope Phil's still around. Maybe he's gonna hop in. So, Peter, are you inking the page that you've got in front of you?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. I miss your voice.
How's it going, mate?
Talk for a minute. Tell me what's going on with you.
Record it for you, and you can play it before you go to sleep.
Recite us a lyric.
Here, I'll show you something else. Mickey's not here, but
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Ew.
Talk to me.
Give me a close up.
Talk
Okay,
to me.
so
That is so
this
old
is the
school. Look
villain.
at that. I love that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is the villain of the issue, and his name is Diamond. and I get fussy with his hair, like Makey does with his character. But I take my time with it. It's like, this is straightforward. This is simple, but I do add a little detail now and then, like just go crazy with the white spots and the black spots and the white and all that jazz.
That's cool,
but yeah, it's gonna be a fun issue.
Your angles are proper dynamic, man. They make my art look really stiff. Right, I'm going to copy you now.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, just having a lot of fun with the hair.
I've definitely had a lot of improvements in the basic skills that I had, as kind of put it. Like, I've had a lot of improvement in it by like watching Rich draw or watching Peter ink. Not to mimic them, but to learn. Like, what blows my mind particularly about any of you is how quickly you can do this or quickly you can convey something. But what's even more mind-blowing is how you can get an image to be what it is with very few strokes. And yes, I said strokes. If you want to make the joke, anyone in chat, go right ahead.
I wasn't thinking that. It's like an assumption that like every single thing that I say is.
No, I was talking about the chat, Rich, not you.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Will. Okay, I was talking about Rich. I was not talking about you. I was talking about the chat because I said stuff earlier, and the chat went all sexual on me.
You said that, and I started singing Billy Squire. So
they went all sexual.
Listen, I'm probably going to take it sexual long before any of you men. So just get over yourselves.
My music hits me so hard, makes me sick. My Lord, thank you for blessing me in my environment. Do high things. It's good.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. I was.
I'm
listening to MC Hammer.
Peter, were you done talking? I'm sorry.
All over, and it's like really awesome. Go ahead, please speak.
I've been thinking, like, if you want some like private lessons, don't misinterpret that.
Peter, I was all in until you said I can't misinterpret it. There's
Peter would like to be all in too.
There's Peter's cute laugh I miss so much.
Oh my God. Can you have any more pancakes with your syrup? Jesus, man.
Hey, now.
Barf.
Are you just listen.
Barf.
Oh my! I'm never going to be barf to you, so don't even try to act like I know. Anyway, private lessons.
That was a good movie. I saw that in the theater.
Listen, fellas, if I really wanted private lessons for art, I don't have to pay for it. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
What is Joe saying?
The floodgates are open now.
They are open. Joe says, such a clean soul, but the setup, the dirtiest mind. Now I need to listen to Prince's album called Dirty Mind. Prince was the dirtiest motherfucker on the planet, and I loved him for it. Let Dory have her art. I got so many art crushes, and I got crushes on me, so fuck you guys.
I don't think it's that kind of stream.
Everything is an innuendo these days with me. I swear to God, I'm just
it's okay. Hey, you know what? I'm that girl that's going to be just fine. That's why Neff, when he called me out and he said I was a 42-year-old white man, he had me pegged, man. Like pegged in the. Oh my God! I just said pegged. Fuck.
Jesus Christ!
So
everything.
I will not tell Freak Girl that you were pegging Neff.
I can't even paint because I'm laughing too hard. I'm not pegging anybody. Get it out of your minds.
You.
Max, do they know what pegging is in your country?
I know what pegging is.
Oh my God, Kevin.
Okay. Well, Helen probably heard us talking, and that's why she's left. She's not coming. She's like, no, I'm not joining that crowd. I'm kidding. I don't know what's going on with her.
It's like, say something that you could say in bed and at the dinner table.
Pass.
No, thank you. I'm allergic to nuts.
Oh my god. Don't tell all of those crazy. You've got some bad ones that you should never ever say. I'm kidding. Oh, you know what?
I saved them
There was
for my
a joke.
stream.
Speaking of jokes, this actually came up earlier, and I'm going to just say it. So, if you go to the store and you see a woman buying condoms, shush up, okay? Because you know what? That's just common sense. It really is. Now, if you go to the store and you see a woman buying Trojans, that's optimistic as fuck.
What are you talking about?
That's a stand-up comedy joke of mine.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Well,
Like this one at 3 a.m. I had to go to the 24-hour pharmacy. We needed
Oh,
ice
here
and I
it
needed
goes.
some condoms.
Here
And
you go.
The girl at the register just looked at me and said, "What are you gonna do to her, man?"
It is kind of funny that I tell someone, and you guys are artists, okay? So, like, as an artist, and I did this to Max earlier, and I apologize for it, Max. But as an artist, my most annoying question I get is, "What medium did you use?" I can't stand the question. I don't know why it bothers me, but I just don't like it. And probably because I'm.
Bother the hell out of me.
It's so
I don't use
annoying.
mediums. I don't believe in psychics.
It's a
Well,
psychic.
yeah.
Guess what? I use a pencil and a piece of paper.
Aw.
That's what I use.
Well,
Oh
and
my God.
but I've done this to all of you. I'm like, Peter, what kind of ink are you using? Or Rich, what is that? Is that a brush, a quill? I do the same thing. So I had to stop getting mad at that question, right?
Why did it make you mad?
It's pages.
What?
Even I miss pages once in a while. Jesus fuck.
It used to bother me, Max, because I don't just use watercolors. I use watercolors. I use acrylics. I now way back when I worked on paper, I would even use charcoal and I'd use pencil colors. And by the time I was done with a painting, it had all kinds of stuff in there. So that's one of the reasons why it used to bother me. Now I get the what? I'm sorry.
No, carry on.
I was going to say, as a stand-up comic, there's two things we get all the time, and they're the most annoying. When you tell someone you do stand-up, inevitably the guy tells you a fucking joke, and you're like,
Oh, really?
oh, yeah. And then the second one,
That's cringe, man.
every freaking time they think they can make a joke at a comic, and then
Oh, God.
that happens all the time. And then the second one is they'll say, "Oh, do you follow so and so or follow?" And then they'll name some comic, and I go, "I don't follow comics, man. I don't listen. I just, it's just not in my nature to sit back and watch stand up. That's not what I'm gonna do. I don't want anything." If I'm watching a comic, like stand up comic, that's a special occasion. Like that's serious.
I've got a stand up comic question for you.
Okay.
Do you shit yourself when you go on stage? Because
No.
I would be terrified.
It is 99.9% of a comic's skill and talent comes from their ability to walk on stage. The rest is up to the universe, but their timing, of course, has to come next. But I've got going on stage with a microphone. That's never. I got nothing. I got no nervousness. I got no shyness.
That's
I got
fucking incredible. I'd consider myself quite a confident person. I don't usually give too much of a shit what people think, but
yeah.
The idea of going up on stage and reciting some material that I'd written, that would shit me up.
Well, the reason I went to my first creative outlet was photography, and then my next creative outlet later, I did write poetry and I painted and stuff, but I wouldn't let anybody see that. Sure. And Rich knows a little bit about this story because he was around in my life as someone I was following in May when I went live for the first time and actually let someone watch me paint. But before that, the only real creative outlet I did publicly was stand-up. And part of it was because comedy is a way of being able to be true and honest about whatever I'm talking about. But there's a certain amount of protection emotionally by being on stage and being the comic performing, if that makes sense. Oh, yes, I'm not alone with the men anymore. Helen.
Hi.
Helen, introduce yourself to these fine, beautiful, gorgeous men I'm in here with. You get to share with me. This is Helen. Say your last name for us so I don't butcher it.
It's Tretiakova, but you got it, pretty good.
You say it. Wait a second. Wait. You say it way sexier than I do, though, man. That accent, girl.
My name is Helen Trokovia. I am here to teach you.
Yeah, Rich can mimic accents really well. So Joe
I suck at it.
He's
I
most
suck at it. I know. I really, truly do. I try. I do a British accent, and then it turns Irish, and then it turns Pakistani for some reason. I have no idea how that. But like, where the hell does that come from? It's like, I don't know.
So I don't know. I'm gonna go round robin and real quick in chat. Helen is Joe from the desk of a small press publisher. We were talking about annoying questions we get in terms of our craft, and he said that he gets this question in interviews where they ask if he really drew his comic. Most annoying question he gets. And he says, I didn't know you can draw. Most writers don't draw. That is annoying because as Rich, I know I'm a writer. I'd be offended by that. I don't know. Peter, you write for your comic, right?
Yeah, but I'm not known for being a writer at the moment, really. Mostly as anchor, artist,
Yeah. But my point, I can totally understand why Joe would get annoyed by that, because as a writer, I would get annoyed by that. As an artist, I'd be annoyed by that. He said he would be afraid to heckle me if he was in the middle of a comedy, if I was in the middle of a comedy routine because I'm too random. Okay, so Helen, Joe is in chat, and there are other people watching, but we also have Peter Palmiotti here. Hi, Peter. I'm going to put his page on the screen. He is working on a page from his comic book called Retro. And you said this is going to come out probably in January, Peter? Yep. Okay. And then we've got Max.
Well, hopefully end of this year. Yeah.
Max is hand painting, Helen. Max is hand painting the panel pages for his comic book. Did you take your thing down, Max, or do you want to show her that other page you did? Not the one you have. Don't take them off the board.
Don't put his thing down on the table.
Don't
nice.
Your thing again.
Nice.
You can show Helen your other one. Yes, look at
put your thing down on the table. Jesus Christ.
Isn't that it?
He's out of his mind, this guy. He's just that damn good. Wow.
It just
I'm beyond impressed.
Don't you just hate him?
No, I admire the shit out of this guy.
Look,
this guy is so fucking good, man.
This is my little house I'm painting, my little log cabin. Super
little cute.
Is it cute?
I heard how you were saying earlier, like that a lot of people ask you if you just paint women. And I get that all the time, and it's like the majority, yes, but I do paint other stuff.
Right, and I know, I shouldn't feel prompted to paint something that's a non-female just because of the question, but I honestly meant to do this log cabin for a while, and then now we have Rich Parada here, who is AKA the Rich.
No, I'm not anything.
Shush, Rich.
Oh, that's cool.
What?
Helen, he might be.
Check that out.
Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
That is so cool. Everyone's
we've got Max painting, and I call it painting. Max calls it something else, but he's putting color on a page. Peter is inking. Rich is penciling. Get this, and I'm painting. We literally have almost every representation of the different forms, or you know what I'm saying? Did you guys just know
letterer now?
Yeah.
You have a letterer here. Well, Will's here. He's a writer. I don't know, not a letterer, but he's a writer. So is this another candle piece? Oh, Helen.
Yeah, I'm going to do another. I just sketched it out real quick, like the sort of, not really.
Helen, I have to ask you. Helen.
Bill's here.
Bill!
Oh, Christ.
Hi.
Okay.
Phil, put that icon back on, you ugly bastard.
Not yet.
Jesus,
we will introduce Phil. Phil, please hang on. I want to let Helen introduce herself now that she knows everyone else here. So go ahead, Helen, and tell us what you're doing.
Her. I really feel bad.
I paint. That's about it.
So this piece, okay, for those that don't know this, you just recently did another one similar with the candle and a woman with the hands and stuff. So this is going to be like a sister piece to it, or part of a series?
Yes, so this is the 4th edition to the series. I'm not very good with candle lighting, so I'll try to make these the best ones possible.
Her other piece of candle is fucking phenomenal.
Is that oil?
I honestly, like, that was, like, even kind of, like, mind-blowing to me. Because I'm
Helen, did you hear Max's question? He wanted to know if you were using oil.
No, so I'm gonna do a acrylic background, and then the face and the hands and everything else oil.
Cool.
Okay.
I can't wait to see that. That's gonna look great.
Yeah, Rich, I will send you I'll send you all of you guys if you want it. I'll send you a picture. Or actually, Helen, the one that you did is on your Instagram, right? With the candles.
All my paintings, yes, they're all on my Instagram.
What you called on Instagram, mate?
Yeah, and she's going to be on my Spotlight Sunday shows. So then now we also had Mr. Phil. He has his camera off.
What? Rich made me do it.
No, I did not. I want to see your beautiful
Rich
face.
made me do it.
Man.
You know how many people have probably...
I don't like to be on camera that much, man.
Oh, I hate it.
Well, hello, Phil.
Hello.
How you feel?
You know, I love that because you know how many people have probably said Rich made me do it?
Wow.
The Rich made me do it.
I have no idea I had so much power over everybody. God, man.
Yes, you do. You're very well.
Everybody been. I've been away for a minute, man.
I'm blown away by that. Damn. Wow.
Do you know, even
someone get me a burger. I'm hungry.
And fries.
Okay,
and fries. Oh, shit.
I didn't make you mad by implying what I just did I?
For me?
Yes.
I don't get mad at what? I give up.
We're offended.
I give up. No, Rich cannot possibly be offended. He's well aware of his sexual prowess. He's got all the game.
What? Oh my God.
He's from Brooklyn. You can't offend him.
Officially,
oh my God.
It's impossible to offend Rich because he never listens.
I don't. What? I didn't hear you.
Oh, Will.
That's the truth.
Oh my God. I didn't hear anything. I don't want to hear anything anymore.
You know what? I have to say,
What?
Rich, I love you. You're just adorable. You just crack me up.
Whatever. No one loves me.
I do. And I just got... Trust me.
Block up his ears and just sing la 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 la.
La. Oh, you want me to sing? Oh God! All right.
Okay.
Oh no!
Everyone goes, "Oh no!"
Oh, no, I know, right? The musician says, "Oh no!" Fuck you, musician, man, boy.
Yeah,
thing,
we suck.
Bitch, yeah. I hate you. Fuck. Fuckity fuck.
I had a musician friend who couldn't make it. I told him to come in because I'm like, he's always stringing his guitar.
Yeah.
But I do art too, Rich. So am I okay now?
Yes, you are.
No,
Oh, good.
you have a guitar. Why don't you play us something? Play us a song.
Huh?
I want to play Macho Man.
Play us a song, you guys. I want to hear.
You want to sing Macho Man with me and stuff?
Dan.
Oh my God.
YMCA.
That's okay. I don't.
Oh my God.
You know how long it's been? That's been like years since.
How long it's been? I don't know.
Dude, well, when did that song come out where you couldn't avoid it, man?
Well, we were just about 10 when that fucking song came out.
Joe, okay, for everyone who's here, Joe's like, I would be on camera, but you don't need a writer. They are well represented. You know what?
Writers don't do anything. They suck.
Oh, shut up. It's an invite, Joe. The link is on YouTube.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. I'm going to tell all the writers they all suck.
Come on in.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's right.
There would be... Well, the writer in me is like, no, we can't have enough writers. And then the artist in me is like, well, I kind of do my own writing, so I don't really need a writer.
We don't need writers because they're scrubs and they're ugly and stupid.
Rich just goes all Kirby on us, man.
I go Kirby on all of you, you ugly
Don't
like
even
me.
don't even buy into his humility, because I've read both 1 and 2 of the Incontesti, and he has.
God, they're terrible. They're terrible.
You
horrible.
shush.
Horrible.
Oh my
horrible.
God.
Bad work. Bad artwork. I should just draw tits all day with guns.
Oh my.
Okay. Well, hey, I wouldn't be complaining.
Rich,
that's the problem.
The devil, if you share my screen, Dory, you want to get a minute?
Okay.
Behind the green door? Oh my God.
Ooh, wait.
I was behind the green door.
Yes.
I've seen that one too. Hey.
Yes.
Did you see
make it bigger, Phil.
Right?
Zoom it in.
Make it bigger. Make the thing behind the green door bigger.
All the time. Make it bigger.
I'm such a girl. Make it bigger. Zoom it in. Go.
Yes, I have, and that's so much fun.
There's some excellent rich lines there that I got to throw some stuff over.
That's cool.
I can't.
And
Are you doing the colors on all of the chibis he did?
Yeah, he's doing the colors on all the chibis.
That's rad.
Because he's that good.
Well,
He's
thank
that
you,
Rich,
sir.
go find. You can tell me no, Rich. I'll allow it. But go find that sexually suggestive sketch painting you were working on the other day.
What was that? What did I work on the other day?
The chick had the guy's hand on her ass. You were doing
a while ago. I don't know where the hell it is.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't have it on my new phone. I dropped my phone in the
ocean
ocean when I went to Cornwall.
You can tell me no. I just thought everyone should see it.
You can put it up there if you want to. You can put it up.
I don't know where it's at. I don't have it.
Oh, for fuck's sake! All right, I don't know where it is either. Okay, God.
You were working on it during a live stream. So if you guys, for anyone watching, for anyone who's here, just go back and find Rich's stream with Hart Fisher and look at the piece that he's inking that day. It was fucking amazing. It's so insane.
That was the booty thing, right?
Yeah. Yes, it's so
was a good show.
That was
it was bad enough that I had to watch him and Hart Fisher and not touch myself. And then he starts painting and inking that page, and I'm like, great.
Wow. I usually touch myself when I draw anyway, so.
Hart's an interesting character. It's fun for him.
A little bit, yeah, you think?
How many of you are wearing pants? I'm just kidding.
I'm not wearing pants, actually. I'm not wearing any pants, actually.
Are you wondering what the hell you just stumbled into now?
Yeah, no. And then I don't know why. We should. Helen, you should leave just to preserve your humanity, because it's like it gets all eyes wide shut.
I probably have less humanity left than everybody.
Hi, Joe.
You know what's going to happen in about 10 more minutes? It's going to get all eyes wide shut here. So
Oh yeah. if you play your cards right, Rich, it just might.
Oh, honey, all I have to do is just draw an ace. Because that's all I would ever draw, baby doll.
You know what?
I always slay
Rich and Will on a stream. It's bound to go that way, man.
Yeah. And you know what, Joe? Joe is here. Welcome, Joe. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
And Rich, I'm safe and immune from your charms as long as you don't talk in Tom Ellis's voice. I'll be good. I'll be safe.
Oh wow, is that a hint? I wonder what that is.
What? I'm being subtle.
You're about as subtle as a car crash with puppies in it. That's how subtle you are. A car crash with puppies.
You know, you might know me. Rich might be too close of a friend. He might know me too well. That's not even fair.
I'm a little close to a lot of things.
You don't even play fair. You know me too well.
I never play fair because I'm just that fucking sexy, and you just can't. No one can handle it.
That's the fucking truth, man.
Well, Rich played fair once, and next thing he knew, he didn't have any hair.
That's right. I did. I played fair once, and all of a sudden, all the shit was shaved off. So fuck that. No more. No more Mr. Fair Guy.
I was thinking about that because you guys know I only have 7 more days to my campaign, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that whole shaving the head thing.
Don't you dare do it. Don't ever fucking do it. You'll never live it down.
But do you know how much someone would have to pay for a perk for me to shave my hair? Do you know? Can name what you think I should shave it for? Price
nice with me.
Well, I'd shave it for that for free.
Don't shave it. Do a mohawk.
Yes, mohawk.
That's a good idea. But do you have any idea how much someone would have to offer for me to say yes to that? I know my number. I want to hear what you more higher.
I don't think people could afford it on a campaign, to be quite honest, because it's like
you're right.
How easy is it to actually donate something like $150,000?
Oh, that's too high. I'd do it for less.
It'd be $1 million.
No, that lower.
$1 billion.
Phil, guess again. Joe already went to the hundreds of cave thing, and I
was just going all Dr. Evil.
What's your bid, Will?
50 grand.
I would probably shave it for lower than 50, but 50 is a good guess.
I shaved my nuts for 50 grand.
I will say this: it would have to be 5 figures. I will never shave my hair for less than that. It's not happening.
So I started off kind of close. I went 6.
Yeah, it definitely would be a 5-figure number. It 4-figure numbers too low. Or the night with Rich, but otherwise, way too low. Way too low. Although I don't have to shave anything to have a night with Rich, but
no, you don't. You do not. You could leave it all bushy and like the terrain, what's that saying? It's pleasure to meet you, Doctor something.
Joe, we might be a writer here.
Like the jungle or something. Like it's like Mr. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Rob. No, that's a song.
I have a game. I want to play a game with you guys.
Oh no. Oh boy, hide the salami.
Well, no, seriously, this is a good one. This is a good.
Not that type of game.
It's hide the salami in
places. You have to have private access to my page.
That would be unfair.
Okay. Musicals. What's your favorite? Well, 1, do you like musicals? And 2,
oh my goodness, I love musicals. Oh my god, they're amazing.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite?
Oh my god.
Ladies first.
Oh my god, are you ready? Oh my god, it's like a cross between Singing in the Rain and Moulin Rouge. Oh my god, I love it. It's so amazing. Baz Luhrmann is my Jesus.
Your tongue out
Mr. Parada,
square.
Ladies first. Let Helen go first.
Helen, go first.
Does Little Shop of Horrors count?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to
say.
Feed me, Seymour.
Love that movie.
Have you guys seen the original? The original 1960s or 50s?
Yeah.
Doctor! Oh my god, I love that movie. That fucking movie is so good.
What movie?
It's
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes. I know what my favorite movie.
The original one. I love the original one.
The Jack Nicholson one.
Wait a minute. There's more than one Little Shop of Horrors?
No, the one from like it's in black and white, and it was shot all in like 1 day or something.
Yeah. I need to go. I don't know. I don't think I've seen it.
That's the Jack Nicholson one.
I know the only one I know of is the Rick Moranis.
It is the Jack Nicholson one. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go find that. So, Rich, you're next now. I'll let you go next.
Oh God, you know what mine is? Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I was gonna say.
He's been playing that album for weeks or a week or so on his feed.
I can sing it now if you want, because that's all sexy and shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't.
Take her down to the lab.
What about you, Will?
Then I step to the right.
I'm gonna say Sound of Music because when I was like 4 or 5 years old, my mother took me to see it because her parents took. And it's just it's more of a memory thing. My grandparents took her to see it when she was little, and my mother took me to see it when I was little. And we used to have an organ in the house, and I taught myself how to play the songs. I taught myself how to play all the songs from the soundtrack on the organ.
This is part of the gaming module that I'm working on as right now, actually doing the actual text of the story behind it first, before I actually go back over to Illustrator to put it into actual page format.
Nice.
Okay, wait. Phil, was I supposed to? No offense, Joe, but I'm coming back to you. I promise.
Oh, you want to see what? Here, I'll back.
What were you working? What are you working on, Phil?
This is a cover for Chris Blalock.
Holy
shit! Get wrapped up. But then I did here. I'll show you something that I did just experimental and decided to carry through with it. I started messing with some of my inking brushes and stuff. So I did that.
I do this.
somebody was doing it, and they said something like Sandman-like or something.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with something like this, and I'm
that's
still
rad,
working on this right now.
Dude,
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
I just went totally
wanna...
surreal with it. I'm like, I had no bounds for it. I didn't have to worry about staying within parameters for any script or anything. So I'm like, yeah, you know.
Okay. When I looked down to share Joe's, I saw yours, and you guys, I'm painting and chatting, and I don't want anyone to not get any like time screen on whatever. I like to make sure everyone's happy.
Oh, it's all cool.
Yeah. So, Joe, this is for a video game?
No, this is for an old school pencil and paper role playing game. We're coming with a role playing game for one of my IPs, and it's getting close to being done.
Okay.
I'm just going to have like the first module or the actual first adventure added into the actual core rule book, and once I got that done, I give it back over to the person who wrote the gaming engine, have him look it over, then we give it over to my editor, and then we shop it around for printing.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yep.
So, Rich, we know Rich's. We got
Groovy.
Max. What was yours? Do you have a musical you like?
Yeah, mine was Little Shop of Horrors as well.
Oh, okay. That's a good answer, man. Helen said that right off, and I'm like, ooh, it almost makes me want to change my answer, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, go ahead. So, Peter, what about you?
Sorry.
No, don't apologize.
All the ones mentioned are good. Basmerman also is the game, which is currently on Netflix. That's really good. I'm watching
what is
that
it called?
currently. But Get Down, it's like hip hop, the birth of hip hop in the Bronx back in the day.
Cool. Really?
Yeah, it's really
This is on Netflix right now?
Two seasons.
Okay. I missed part of what you said. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 seasons.
Okay. But when I think of musicals, I always think of Xanadu.
Oh, man.
Remember Xanadu?
Dude. Yes, of course.
Olivia Newton-John.
I saw her. You know what was amazing? Okay, as good as she is, as beautiful as she is, I saw her in person at Humphreys here in San Diego, and she is fucking insane live. It's so good. No, I was really shocked. I really expected her to be one of those singers that was only good because of the studio and the additions of the help with the I don't know, there was something, maybe it was because I don't know, but live, holy hell, what a performer, man. She's something else. I have an echo.
Excellent.
Sandy.
I don't know what that is about. Who's next, Phil?
Me, yeah, pretty much like me and Rich went through a whole rendition when he's doing a live stream. I was in the comments with Rocky Horror Picture Show, especially because around here when we were younger, wasn't a lot to do. So on the weekends they had the midnight movies, and it'd be a pick between either Rocky Horror Picture Show, Pink Floyd The Wall, or something like Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the Same. And other than that, I guess just because I did some stuff in it, I did a part in Jesus Christ Superstar at one point for a minute. Just a local production, nothing big, man.
That's rad. I feel like I forgot someone.
I did that too.
What did you tell us?
Not yet.
I
oh my! I'm sorry.
Play. What's that?
Joe was going to tell us his musical, and then we were going to. I think he was the last one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I probably have to go with the one that I could watch the most times in rapid succession, and that is West Side Story.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, good one.
Good choice. Oh, and then Peter, finish your thought, and then I'll tell you guys mine.
Yeah, I used to go upstate every summer for like day camp, and we did Jesus Christ Superstar there. So I was a small part of it.
So cool.
Yeah, cool.
So the musicals, man, it's kind of hard to pick one, but and now I'm questioning all of my life because of the Little Shop of Horrors, but like that. Man,
why couldn't I buy a plant that would eat me?
Suddenly Seymour, and I'm like, damn it!
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
What's about that? What I always think about the song at the dentist thing.
Yeah, you have a talent for causing great pain.
Oh God, Steve. Oh my God, Steve Martin.
Oh, I forgot one that could be counted in a musical. I guess not even. I don't think of it that way, but The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me roll my eyes.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
She's about to do it.
I had to lean back and roll my eye. Like, did we lose someone? Rich left.
Yep, I think we're charging phone again.
He's like, oh, guys, talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, and he left.
Oh shit! I was like, his phone does that to him, so I'm going to take it. He just got lost signal. So my answer would I'd have to most easily, like in terms of a musical is concerned, the one that I'd watch literally over and over and over again, and like I would always be a yes to watching it, is Funny Girl. And then the second one to that would be A Star Is Born. And The Star Is Born I'm talking about is the Barbra Streisand one.
Yeah, well, it's not the original, is it? Isn't it?
Well, the original is Judy Garland, and it was okay. It's okay. I like Judy, but it was way back when, and I don't know why the fuck there's an echo when I'm talking. I turned everything off.
Are you in a small cave?
It's so weird. I made sure it's not. Yeah, the camera is literally pointed right at the art, and I don't understand why it'd be echoing, but anywho, those are my favorites. But Rocky
Are you echoing, or is somebody get there?
I don't know. Maybe it's the echo in someone else's screen. I'm gonna go check something.
I'm gonna check my settings. Sometimes it doesn't flip over when you go on to StreamYard, and you got to set it away from the cam mic over to the regular mic. Nope, that's the same.
I got the wrong avatar right there. There we go.
But yeah, like Rocky Horror Picture Show is another one that I'd never say no to having that on. If someone wanted to watch it or put it on, that's never going to be a no answer. That's always going to be a yes.
Oh, I think you'd like that one, Dory, for sure.
Which one?
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, no, I mean, that is. I love that one. Are you kidding?
Oh, okay. I thought you said...
Oh, no. I watched that movie. I didn't get to see it at the theater whenever I think I was too young. Can't remember when it came out, but I saw it dozens and dozens and dozens of times long before I got to go actually see it in a theater. And when I went see it in a theater, I got the spanking and the V and all that jazz, and how to look at Max's face. So you know what that's
Max
about?
just lit up.
Did you? Max is like,
spanking? What?
Spanking. Can you recreate that pop-up head thing you just did?
Was it that?
I said spanking, and that's exactly how it looked like. So when you go to a Rocky Horror Picture Show thing for the first time, you're a virgin, right? So they literally they'll line up and you get to be spanked like it's your birthday kind of thing.
I don't remember the spanking.
Do you feel like
they added
that was
MV?
only for the girls?
feels like I feel gypped. I did not get this experience.
Well, they did add some things into the audience participation thing.
Holy shit. Hold on.
As time rolled on.
Helen. Dude.
Yeah?
Look at... Okay, you did... This is what you've gotten done. All of this while we were just chatting with you. Look at that. Blow my mind. I love the hair. So clearly,
Thank you.
the candle is right by, like, she's going to be illuminated by the candle flame.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So everything around here is going to be dark, and then the bright spots will be here, her face, some of the lower hand, the neck a little bit, and everything else is going to be dark.
I'm so super excited to see the end result of that, man. That's going to be so rad. Hey, Will, your camera's off, but can you show them the painting that I sent you? Want to show? Can I have a little shameless self promotion? And are you willing?
He's got to put on his robe first.
Or are you really sitting there with?
I'm really sitting here with no pants on. Yes.
Oh, okay.
If it was your birthday, I'd stand up, and everybody else would scream, "I'm blind!"
There'd be no amount of bleach that could scrub it out of my eyes.
He's like, I really meant it. I'm really not dressed. Oh, okay.
She sent me some booty.
That's too. Oh, you put it on. Hold on. There she is.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
Ooh, thanks. Peter just got one of mine in the mail too. I was a mailing crazy. I mailed out all kinds of stuff last week. I can't believe we lost Rich. Let me see if he messaged me. Yeah, his phone's charging again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop off. I got to prep for my 9 p.m. stream.
All right, babe.
Max, good seeing you again, my man.
Yeah, you too, man.
Peter, finally good being on a stream with you.
What time's your stream, Will?
Yes.
9 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
9 o'clock.
All right.
9 o'clock. I've got a new creator that is writing fantasy comic books based around an RPG engine, like a Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh.
And there's a game forthcoming and everything. So I'm just gonna dive into that tonight. They were on. He was on the morning roast with Sugar Chris and Zim the other day. So
okay.
He's like, I'm looking for more shows. I'm like, and I'm in the chat. And I'm like, yeah, good thing you don't know anybody that does that, huh, Chris? Yeah.
Yeah, I love when they do that, when they tell Will, I don't need it. And Will's like, how about you reply to the messages I sent you? I was there for one of those.
Yeah. I mean, come on. You don't have to be a douche all your life.
One of these days I still need to jump on
Dory,
work.
this is your piece.
Ooh. I'm like, ooh. I love looking at your art, Peter, but this is the one I just sent Peter. It is a homage to Kim Basinger. This is actually mimicked after a screenshot. I paused the movie to grab this exact image is what I did, and sketched it and then painted it.
Kim Basinger from which movie?
9.5 weeks. This is this moment right here.
9.5 weeks. Yeah.
This is the moment he is putting ice on her. You know what?
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Sometimes you got to cool it down. It's too hot.
Yeah, blindfold the chick and go to town. That's all I'm saying. That's all we want, fellas.
The woo-ha dilly.
If you have a penthouse apartment, that's a good Friday night. If you live in a trailer park, you're going to be on like a police show or something.
Oh my God.
Be our only fans.
Oh man. Well,
I was on stream with somebody else, and they were talking to a.
What, Joe?
I say, is it a V-shaped piece because it's not square? I just noticed that.
What, the one that Peter has of mine?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's rectangular.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he's holding it side. It was kind of she's
rectangular.
Yeah, it's meant to be
it's
like. Where is he?
My camera's at an angle, so.
Well, that's interesting. Speaking of that, has anybody been working on something other than a rectangular layout?
No, not.
Oh.
Everything I have is square or rectangular.
Mine, this is actually, that's funny you asked, because this is definitely landscape, horizontal, or yeah. And then the one I did yesterday, Phil. Whoa! I almost got what? I started this yesterday. She's in portrait mode. She's in portrait. My ballet girl's in portrait. But today's work, yeah, no, this is my log cabin is definitely landscape.
I'm saying, has anybody worked on like a triangular canvas or a circular canvas?
Oh, I haven't yet, but I have it in my wish list of canvas packs. So I have it in my Amazon shopping, whatever. But it's a canvas pack of all these different variations of sizes. And one of the sizes in it are circles. And so when I will get to try one of those for the first time in probably a month when I can afford to order it.
Yeah, I was just curious because I haven't seen anything other than, just the squared off everything,
Yeah.
Just a curiosity.
It is. That's a good one. I like that. Any other curiosity questions out there? Shoot them out, man. So I was earlier when Joe was talking about writing, I was thinking about like for the comic book creators or minds here, let's give Joe a scenario and have him tell us how he'd write it. So I have, yeah.
You could be as dirty. You could be as dirty as you want to be, as sexual you want to be. You can't stop me.
I've got to go, guys. It's getting pretty late, and I need.
Okay, sweetie.
I need my.
Yeah. What time is it there? Is it like midnight or morning? What is it?
1 o'clock.
Holy shit! Okay,
Yeah.
Max, I put you on solo. Sorry, don't forget, Joe. We're gonna come back to that little game. So, Max, show us again all of what you. There's people that Phil wasn't here when you were showing all your pages off. I don't think he might want to see them.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to see that. Yeah.
Isn't that mind blowing? This is a trip, man.
I love that. It's kind of those color mixtures almost have that Frazetta or Simon Bisley feel. I love that.
Thanks, mate. I love those. I love both of those.
Me too, man.
artists.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
That stuff.
Great work.
Yeah, and the one he's working on is
Much
taped to his
appreciated.
desk. He's so sweet. You were so sweet to come on and stay up till
Oh no, it was my pleasure. I would have stayed up painting anyway. So.
This is so rad. And Max is going to be hanging out with me here pretty soon. I think I want to say the first Saturday of October. You're my master, my Saturday morning master.
I will be your master.
You will.
Can't wait.
I'm so glad I'm not on camera right now. Yes, and I look forward to it, and I appreciate you coming on today, and thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on. Nice to meet all you guys.
Good to meet you, man.
Take care.
That's cool stuff.
Hopefully see you soon. Ta-da.
So, I have an idea, okay, rather than throwing whatever. So, Joe, just spitball some writing to go along with this painting as you watch Helen's magic.
Now this the thing here is like I'm trying to get a good, trying to get a move from here because I know it's candlelight here. Now the question that I have here is, what is this particular person's thought as the creator of this art? What is she thinking? Or do I have the liberty to do whatever?
Oh, yeah, that would be up to Helen.
Oh, what was the question? I'm sorry.
What is the character thinking at this point? What is the character's motivation, or is she just simply just holding a candle?
I honestly haven't decided yet. I kind of start painting and then see where it goes, and then add more details to draw attention to a certain part of the painting. So
because if I had my way with it, I would bring attention to the blindfold. And the way that I would write this is like the person is going through a test, and she's wondering whether or not am I good enough to be a part of this organization, and why must I take this test? It's like this blindfold ain't really helping, and all of a sudden it's like she feels something in her hand. It's dripping. She feels the warmth in front of her face and everything. She brings her other hand up. It's like, oh, it must be a candle. But I don't know if it's a candle. It could be something else because I can't see anything. But the warmth of the light is probably going to guide me to the next part here. And she's in complete silence, and she can't hear anything else other than the fact that somebody placed this into her hand. So she takes a couple of steps forward, hoping that the flickering of the light guides her to which direction, hoping that the wind itself will guide her in the direction that she's supposed to go to all truth of the matter of why she is there. She spins around and looks and hopes that the flickering of the candle wick would actually guide her somewhere. She takes more steps forward. No movement of the flickering candle other than it just burning straight up. No direction, no nothing. He spins around again, hoping that the warmth of the light does not fade. She takes more steps forward. No change of the wind. And then she calms her breathing, calms herself down. She thinks deeply where to go. Then the wick flickers forward. And then with all her might, she starts walking forward until she feels the light around her. It's no longer coming from the candle. She's in this bright room. And from there, she feels, I am free. That's an example.
That's rad. I just totally got swept away into that story. Like I was like, ooh, it's like I have an audiobook on right now. It's rad.
I mean, some of the comic artists that I have met, they start as like, oh, so you want to be a creator. It's like, what makes you a good creator? It's like, I don't know, I just have a knack to seeing things and generating stories with it. Or, sometimes I like read comic books and I was like, if I don't like what the story is, I could come up with my own stories. And that's like, yeah, prove it. So I started proving it to them, and that's what scared them. It's like, you need to start being in this industry. It's like, I don't know, I just want to write. I just want to write what I like and write what makes sense to me and tell good stories. I could care less of what everybody else wants. It's like, as long as I can tell a good story, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I get that.
And that what was I going to ask?
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Well, I just, I was thinking about, like, my head was just still kind of like in that part of, like, the part when you said test. You instantly had my attention. Like when I think of a woman blindfolded, I think the common assumption is the sexual thing, or the common assumption is, like, it was funny. We were just looking at the Kim Basinger picture where she's wearing the blindfold, and she was so terrified of that in the movie. And the first time he has her put it on, they don't show as much of her terror to being blindfolded by him, because it was the first time. It was their first time being together, kind of thing. But later on in the relationship, when he asks her to do that and put it on, she really balks, like super balks at it. And she had been in the relationship with him for a while, and she didn't want any part about putting it on. And when I heard you say test, and that echo of my voice is buggy. Like, hear my echo. Anyway, when you said test, I was immediately drawn into the story of whatever it was going to go, or where it was going to go, because it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't think, like, there's a million ways to think of what might come out of being blindfolded emotions wise, but the test thing, I was like, ooh, I like that.
That comes actually from psychology.
that drew me in.
See, I played on psychology on that because anybody that's blindfolded, you're really at the mercy of anybody else that's around you. You do not know what's going on, so it's always going to be a test of trust.
Yeah, that's a good point. Has anybody else seen the movie? What was it called? It was on Netflix. The one with Sandra Bullock with the blindfold thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, movie I'm
Bird Box.
What's Bird Box? Bird Box. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only just recently watched it. I just recently convinced myself to watch it because I didn't want any part of watching a movie that had suicide in it. I didn't want any part of that. And then I finally did watch it, and I was actually pretty impressed. So I didn't want to ruin it or spoil it for anyone who might want to watch it, but
It was good.
yeah, right? Like I was kind of taken in by it when I did actually watch it. And I was sold immediately on the part when she's in the house with John Malkovich, right? And she takes the gun from him, the shotgun or whatever, and he makes some snarky asshole comment about how she, her not knowing how to use it or whatever, and she proceeds to show him exactly how she knows how to use the gun. And it was one of those moments as a writer, I look at that and I'm like, that's fantastic writing. Whoever wrote that, like the way that lined up in the script, and John Malkovich is just one of those guys that he can play spooky, creepy, asshole, sweetheart even. He can play every range there is. So it made it even, I don't know, it was just one of my favorite moments in the movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are right over the 2-hour mark, you guys, and I wasn't expecting to keep everyone this long. So, and I quite honestly could sit here and paint for another hour, but I didn't want to make anyone feel like they're being held hostage. So, that's amazing.
Coming along. Yeah, that's coming along very, very quickly and very fast.
Mm-hmm. Helen, do you ever do the live painting type things like I've seen Kate do sometimes? Have you ever done anything like that yet?
Like at a show in front of people?
Yeah. She's all,
no,
yeah.
I've never done that.
She's all, yeah. Like at a show in front of people? No, Dory. I love it. I love the answer.
I haven't done it yet. I honestly started actively painting, I want to say about a year and a half ago. It took me a while to start getting back into art, honestly. And then since I started actually like painting a lot, I haven't stopped since then. And I was nervous to like paint in front of, I wouldn't let anybody see me paint. And actually, Kate was the first person she would come over and we'd just paint and we'd make like claymations and stuff. So now I'm getting more comfortable with it. So maybe in the future, I'll do some
I can relate to
painting
that.
in front of more people.
He's not here, but Rich Parada that was on here, his phone's charging, so I don't know. It's late where he is too, so I don't know if he'll be able to make it in. But I was following him quite consistently, almost daily. When I finally kind of got the bravery, him and other creators that I was watching come on live and not perform. Excuse me, that's a terrible way of putting it. But when I'd watch him do what he was doing, or I'd watch other creators do what they were doing, it's why I got the courage to come on and start being live myself. Because I was like you, I was like, yeah, no. Mother's Day this year was the first time anyone who wasn't my kids or an immediate, family member, husband, lover, whatever. That was it. That was the only people that had ever seen me paint anything in my whole life until Mother's Day of this year. Mm-hmm. And now look at me. I have so much content on my fucking YouTube that my kids could sit down, make popcorn, and spend a week, and they probably still wouldn't be done watching my content.
Yeah, it took me a while to get that. It always felt like when I'm doing artwork or anything, if if I got somebody looking over my shoulder, it used to always bug the hell out of me. But after doing lives for a little bit, it doesn't really bother me anymore.
No, yeah, right. And you do, Phil. I haven't seen you live stream in a bit. Have you been busy?
Yeah, I've had to take care of things here on the home front, but like I said, it's settled down a bit. So this week I'm going to be around. I believe I'm going to do a Zen Den probably tomorrow, or a couple maybe other random ones this week too. You know.
You can almost always find me watching the Sean House Art of Seanzilla show on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I always watch his on Wednesdays. Rich goes live every day. I couldn't catch him today because I was talking with a client who I'm going to do a commission for. She's thinking about it. But other than that, I usually try to catch as many as I can. I really try. And Peter.
Yes.
He's like, oh fuck, here we go. Where have you been? When are you streaming again?
He's been streaming. Very rarely.
What? I took a couple of weeks off just to get on top of all my work and whatnot. I'm just uploading videos right now. And I want to keep that format for a little while, but I'll be back to streaming, maybe later this month, maybe next month. It's just, I got too much going on. So I need to knock a few projects off. Yeah.
I'm gently teasing. I'm like, I totally get it and I totally understand, but I also totally want you to know I miss you. And I'm like, where's my Mr. Palmiotti? It's like I went go through withdrawals.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Watch old videos.
Watch my own videos. Oh, funny. Oh, you're cute. I do watch my spotlight shows back, the ones where I interview people, because a lot of times things are happening. I'm hearing their answers and I'm paying attention and all, but sometimes I watch it back because I want to make sure I really, didn't miss something or didn't, what I'm saying? Like, anyway.
You gotta say something for the next time you're on. That's the way you have to look at it.
That what?
You got to say something for the next time that they're on.
Oh yeah. Well, and I also watch them back because after October, I don't stream until next March. I don't stream all year round. I don't do that. So for anyone who's here or may care, I only will be streaming my different variations of my spotlight shows until the end of October, and then I am offline until next year.
I might other shows and stuff, or
no, just my spotlight shows. So
okay.
Yeah, so that spotlighting the masters one I had asked you about, Phil, like that. I'm booked. Like everything's done. Like everything's booked. I've got every show guest booked through the end of October. Because I do 2 different spotlight shows. Helen is going to be one of my Sunday night guests for the month of October, because Sunday shows in October is strictly reserved for me. No, not even going to apologize, but all of my Sunday night guests in October are paint slingers. They're people who paint on canvas. Specifically people who paint on canvas. And then there's my Saturday morning shows, which, well, Phil, I graciously wanted you to be one of my masters.
I wish I could have, and I appreciate
you're just so busy,
Yeah, I wish it was. Yeah, I'd rather be doing art all the time, but dang it, those other things pop in and throw a wrench in the gears.
Damn life stuff. That's okay, sweetheart. I hoped so. So going back to the whole thing, I was thinking, creating parties. Now I can do this. I can do plenty of this. I absolutely can see doing more of these throughout the year, and not, the reason I only do spotlights for a certain season is because I do so much work on them. I don't just do a show. I don't just show up at a show. And I hope Helen can back me up when she actually, you can't yet because you haven't been on my show, Helen, but when my guests come on, they are the focus of my universe, and they become the focus of my universe until the day I get to have them on my show, the Sunday ones. And you guys can all thank Peter for the Saturday morning shows, because it was him that got me to think about that one. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. I want to take my show with Peter and call it a thing and make it a thing. And I have been up at the crack of fucking dawn every Saturday morning since the morning Peter had me wake up early for him.
Oh, wow. So that explains some of the stuff that you be talking about in the morning.
Seriously, Joe, I am not a 7 a.m. Saturday morning girl. And no, this is not a complaint. I got to wake up and do a Saturday morning with Peter. God, that was a while back. It was a while back when I was on Peter's thing. And then, first I was on his channel, and then he came on mine. And then that's where it started. And ever since then, every single Saturday morning since then, I have painted with a master on a Saturday morning. Every single Saturday since. I've been late for 2 of my guys, and they were super gracious and nice to me. But I did when I do my yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, are you wrapping up this episode?
Yeah. Yes,
I do have to go.
It's a good point. Thank you very much for keeping me on task, my lovely mentor. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna go. So this is where I got. This is as far as I got, you guys.
And that piece is named Cozy. And that's the piece is named Cozy, by the way.
Yeah, I don't name anything until I've sealed it. But good try, Joe.
Oh,
no, seriously, I got no ideas about names until I actually seal it with my, because I take these and I seal them with an acrylic gloss, and then I will step back. Sometimes they might get a name sooner, but I don't know. Peter, give us a shout out.
Yes.
Your comic. Tell us what to do. Tell us where to go.
My comic is retro, and I'm going to get this book done this year, and hopefully November, December, do a Indiegogo for it. So if you haven't already pledged and got a copy, then you can do it then. But you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you aren't subscribed to me on YouTube, go and subscribe. Trying to pass 1,000 subscribers. I'm 51 away right now.
Ooh, I was going to ask you if that had moved any with you. No, don't take it the wrong way, but without you streaming, has that moved?
Yeah, I got one more subscriber.
Okay.
Well, you got one more also now, so you're up to 53.
Excellent.
Nice. Go, Helen. Nice.
Thank you.
Okay, and then let's see. Okay,
just comment, leave a comment so I can find it, because I won't remember.
Oh, for Peter's? Oh, I can totally. Yes. I'll totally go grab it right now. But the other thing Peter, don't you also have you have an Instagram people can find you on? Yeah. But here is, I'm gonna do this right now. I'm come over to StreamYard, comment, post. So I just put the link to Peter Palmiotti's YouTube in the chat. And if you go to About on his YouTube, you can also get clicks. There's clicks here to other pages and ways to support him. And any live stream,
Patreon,
almost
a tip jar, all that stuff.
Yeah, I think, and any of his past streams has all of that stuff too in the stream details.
Yeah, so you can find me.
And then Joe, you're next. Tell us where to go, find you, pimp, what you got going on.
Well, okay, the next thing that I got coming up was the role-playing game that I showed you guys about. That's the next major thing outside of Amazonia issue number 7, which I'm still waiting for the colorist to finish up the coloring on before I can go ahead and letter it, get it over to the editor before we can go get it printed or we can do the campaign. Outside of that, you could watch me on my YouTube channel Saturdays at 9 o'clock Central from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. I believe this weekend is pretty much kind of like a free for all. I might actually do either another Ask Joe or probably do some comic book reviews here. And eventually, one of these days, you know, Dory's going to talk bad enough about me where she's going to be like, yeah, you don't draw. Like, oh, really? Hold my beer. Hold my beer. Let's go. I just don't really like drawing live all that much because I have a camera to do old school pencil and paper, and I just don't like the feel of digital. I really don't like the feel of digital pencil. I really don't like it.
Oh yeah, I just started working with my Windows, or not my Windows, my XP pen, and I'm actually digging it. Like, you know what it took, Joe? I had to find the right brushes on the XP pen. Yeah. And then I'm all over it, man. I totally changed my mind about digital, but I had to find the ones that work for me.
And that's the strange thing. I love digital inking. I just don't like penciling. I really hate it.
Yeah.
What do you use when you do it? Is it maybe the software or maybe what are you using when you do digital?
Clip Studio Paint. I normally use.
The software might be part of it too. I'm using Sketchbook, because that's what Rich Parada suggested I use for now until I get better at it, because it's a super basic program and it's super, he wasn't trying to, he was very gracious about it. But for someone like me who's super new and I like the texture, I like I want real, this is what I do. Okay. I don't do digital, but Rich, he suggested Sketchbook. What's it called again, Phil? It's
Sketchbook Pro.
Sketchbook Pro, yeah.
Sketchbook Pro. So that's what I use right now. When I feel brave enough, I'll go to something more fancy. But until then, I put your screen up, Phil, because we're talking digital, and I know you're doing.
That's why I'm flipping through right now.
Okay. you got me, right, Bev? Like, he got me. He knew why I was flipping to him. So go ahead and now it's your turn, Phil. Since we're gonna, that's a good, nice transition from you two, since we were talking about digital.
Okay, well, I'm Phil Leon. I'm mainly a colorist. I do other things. I'm getting back to line work again, which is my first gig. You know, I did art on my own for years before I even got into comics, and then got used to the collaboration. I've just really liked the flow I've gotten with the color work when I got in, and I kind of stuck with that. I also do some editorial. I do page design layouts for like titling and credits and stuff. So mainly right now as a colorist, I work on covers, like trading cards like this for Niobe, like stickers for Rich, like like the Incantessi stuff. A cover like this is one for the Benstons for a book they've got coming out. But yeah, if you need to find me, you can find me on Facebook at Phil Leon. That's the easiest way to get hold of me, especially if you've got something you'd like me to work on. I do covers, sequentials, pinups.
Is it a Facebook page or your personal page, Phil?
My personal page is basically where I do everything from now. It just made it easier.
No, that makes sense.
And I also do some streaming when I do, called the Zen Den, which I'll probably be doing this week, that goes out to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And all those places outside of Facebook, you can find me at PhilManX. I have a big portfolio over at ArtStation under PhilManX if you'd like to see what I do, and I have more sequentials and stuff over there. But yeah, that's the thing. That's the stuff.
I was going grab. So you're, just for those of you listening, and if you see this back, it is Phil Leon. And it's specifically Phil.Leon.71.
Oh yeah, there you go. Thank
you. For those watching, and then last but not least, where did she go? Helen.
I'm here.
Clearly, Bologna. How do you say it? Is it Bologna art? Bologna? Am I saying that right?
It's Veliona.
Veliona. Okay, so tell everyone where to find you, where to find your art, your Etsy, all that jazz.
So I'm on Instagram. It's Veliona Art. Same thing for Etsy. And then Facebook, it's just also my personal account. And it's just my first name and last name, Helen Petyakova. And then I'll be here on October 4th.
That's right. You're going to be here with me on Sunday. Yep. She is one of my paint slingers for the month of October. I'm super excited. Oh, yeah. And this is one of 4. This painting she's doing right now, for those that are here or watching or might watch later, this piece you said is one of 4. Helen, are the other 3 sold? I know one you just did is probably. Are they all sold?
The other 2 are sold, but here is the one that I still haven't had.
Ooh.
Nice.
I saw this girl, but I didn't know that. I didn't realize she was part of the candles series.
Yeah, it was just the lighting.
The lighting,
candle
yes.
lighting.
The Curiosco is nice.
Isn't that beautiful? And the one you did with the girl with her both, I think she's got both hands in front of her with the candle. That one is sold.
That one is sold, yes. But I did just order prints for them, and I believe they're supposed to come in Thursday.
Are they are prints available for that? I know you have prints in there, but is that one in your shop yet? The prints for it?
That one will be in my shop once I have them in hand.
I'm like you. I won't put anything in my shop until I've seen them in my hands, and because if I'm gonna I just got some postcards and they're in my shop now, but I couldn't put them on my shop for people to order them until I had them in hand, because I wanted to make sure that if someone placed an order for them that they were going to look the way I wanted them to.
Exactly, and I've had issues before where I've ordered prints and either the color was completely off, or I've had one where for some reason the print came out blurry.
Yeah, I had one. They did. Oh, Rich is in here? Hold on.
Wait, did he come back in?
Yes, and apparently
now, yeah.
Yeah, right. And apparently, I'm sorry, Rich. Helen was telling me we were wrapping up and going round table and sharing all of everyone's work, and I was so blown away by what Helen was showing us that I didn't even I didn't hear it click that you were here.
You guys are closing up shop now, or?
Yeah, well, are you gonna do more work?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm just finishing up this page.
We'll finish it. I'll keep you company. I know Peter needed to go.
Yeah, stay here. I want to.
I'm not going to hold anybody hostage. I don't need to go anywhere just this minute, and I'm glad you're back.
I'm glad I'm back too.
I know, Peter. It's really late. How late is it for you, Rich? Oh,
it's about 2 o'clock in the. It's
why am I even at
1:30 in the morning.
The man doesn't know how to sleep.
It's 1:30 in the morning.
All right.
I don't mind. I'm awake.
Well, I'm glad that you're back, and I will not hold anyone hostage. Everybody got to go. I did catch everyone. I went around everyone, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh my god.
You can stay if you want. I gotta go, but
so
I love
thanks for having me on, and it was
Peter, show
great
Rich
meeting the new people. Oh, okay.
I'm not. I will hold you hostage long enough. Oh, show me your pussycat. Here we go again. No, I was.
That's not all you want to see.
Hey, you tried to tell me I can't talk like that.
Oh, that is so cool.
That is not what I wanted you to show him, but okay.
That's so good.
That's amazing to me.
Oh.
It just blows my mind. I wanted you to show
That is
Rich.
a very well inked piece. That is a beautifully inked. That is a beautifully inked page.
But yes, Rich should see this too.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
I'm such a little girl. I crack myself up. I'm like, all right, fine.
So what did you want to see?
I wanted you to show off your painting I sent you. I sent you one of my paintings.
Yeah, the one that you was holding kind of awkwardly because it was.
I know, and please rotate it so Joe can be happy with you.
No, like
the other, the other way.
The other way.
Rotate it all the way.
Clockwise, 90 degrees.
This exactly. This is it. This is how we would look at her in a frame. Rich,
I got my camera at a weird angle, so it looks like it's.
It's fine. It's
in perspective, but
that's yet another piece of beautiful
art.
It's
actually it's flat. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have learned. Thank you very much for that, Peter. Now I will let you go.
Okay.
He's
Bye,
like,
everybody.
I don't know,
Pete.
Good luck getting caught up so you can stream again, Peter.
Yay.
All right, Mr. Parada.
What?
Where'd you go?
I'm right here.
Okay, so this is what you were working on when you were on earlier with us, right?
Yeah, and there's a part here where the surgeon doctor guy who was helping them before reluctantly has to put a stop to the evil blonde bitch, because if it goes any farther, she's going to kill Cassandra. And though he's a man of healing, he knows how to break bone. So, and in the previous issue, she blasted him through a door, so he's not really pleased right now.
He's not feeling too good.
So if you can see it right over here, he just snaps her hand, and she's in pain. Ouch. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But then she uses her. I have to switch these panels because I fucked up. But she decides, with her open hand up here, she decides to use her considerably powerful magic, and she's like, "Yeah, that's not really a good idea." And then she atomizes him.
Whoa.
Yeah, but there's going to be a surprise a few pages later as a result of this particular thing, and Cassandra sees this, and this is the guy who saved her life twice. So she's not pleased. And if you remember that page where she breaks out of that rock, yeah, the next page is that, and it's pretty fucking phenomenal.
And I
love how that goes.
Rich.
I'm fairly certain all of us are familiar with Incontessi, but Helen is someone, and Helen, you can correct me later offline, but she would appreciate this story. So give her your background of the story, Rich, because Helen's artwork makes me think she'd love this story.
Well, I wanted to
Go ahead.
I wanted to self-publish, and I wasn't too sure what the hell I was going to use, because my characters, when I was a kid, they kind of sucked. Now, especially. So I really didn't give it much thought afterwards. And then out of nowhere, a social media friend of mine, her name is Sofia Broccani. She's an actress from Italy. And she asked me if I can draw her as a superhero. And I was like, yeah, definitely. And she was like, can I be a sorceress? I go, absolutely. Because I was like, yay, sorcery fetish. Yay, that's me. So I drew it. I drew her.
Sorceress fetish.
I know, right? I drew her in a way which, the whole costume, just the whole uniform just popped into my head. And I was just, well, that was quick. All right, whatever. So, again, I once again toyed with the idea of publishing my own stuff, and I was like, oh, fuck, I don't have anything great. I got to create something now. So anyway, I go looking on my desk, just for the sake of it, without even thinking about it. And all of a sudden, I see her drawing there. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, what the hell is this? And then all of a sudden, the whole fucking story just popped into my head in about 5 seconds. And I was like, well, this works. All right, here we go. So anyway, no, that was one hell of a moment. And then all of a sudden, then it's like, I was like, I have to do it. This is it. This is the one. So the next thing I did, the one thing I really needed to do was I contacted Sophia, and I asked her, Sophia, I want to take this character and make a graphic novel out of it. And she was very happy about it. And I go, look, this won't work without your face, because Sophia is a classic Italian beauty, and it's like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. I have to. So I asked her, can I use your likeness as the character? And she was like, absolutely. And I'm like, that's it, I'm good. So yeah, that's how I came. That's how the incantessi came to be, and yeah, it was a pretty damn good moment in my life, I have to admit.
Can you share the part about what the general idea is to the incantessi?
Oh, okay, yeah. The girl, this girl over here, she is a dancer who lives in Milan, Italy, who doesn't realize that, or doesn't find out until like today in comic book time, that not only is she destined to be a vastly powerful sorceress, but she's also supposed to be the keeper of the Wrath. The Wrath is a group of sorcerers whose sole purpose is to subjugate all of mankind, or eliminate those who choose not to listen or choose not to obey. But the way that she finds out as to why she has this type of power is going to fundamentally change her entire life. And she will be left with two choices towards the end of everything.
But we're not there yet, right?
No, we're not even close there yet. Will she embrace her new destiny, or will she be consumed by it? And that's the tagline for chapter 1. Chapter 2 is finished. Chapter 2 is finished. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to get copies of the paperback version of chapter 2 tomorrow, finally. That's great. And then right now, what you're looking at right now is a page from chapter 3. And if you give me a minute, there's a couple of pages that I drew of late. Dory, do you mind if I show her?
Of course.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Second.
Are you talking about what are you talking about?
These 2 pages. The 2 pages that I've drawn recently.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something I sent you.
No.
Oh, okay.
You see, after this, you see, here's the events of this over here.
You're on solo layout, so you can show them whatever you want.
So the guy, the doctor, proceeds to grab the blonde bitch's hand. You know, she's about to like do something horrible to our hero, and he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I hate doing this, but I have no choice. So she proceeds to break her arm, and she's obviously in pain. So what I messed up here. So what I should do is like switch the panels, which I'll do in Photoshop. But she decides to call upon her considerable power, and then she's like, you know, that's a really bad move. And then she proceeds to atomize him.
Oh,
like
shit.
that. Yeah, and that's her reaction. Now, the page before this is she. I mean, I'll tell you all about it later, but she's stuck in a cement wall in her house. So,
wow.
Because of this rage that she's feeling now,
Dude.
yeah, no, right? Because of the rage she's feeling now, her hand is like energizing, and she's ready to break out. But the problem, it takes less than a second to break out, because the evil blonde bitch just realized, she's like, oh fuck, I left her alone. And then she proceeds to like break out of her bonds a little bit, and then she's like, all right, well, now it's my turn. And then boom, oh yeah, that fucking hurts, look at that shit. You know, and then at this point, she smacked, her arms all busted, you know, it's like, ow, blood. And she's like, fucked the fuck up. But and that's Cassandra and all of her might. She's like, yeah, boom, with all of her sorcery powers, and she explodes with power and blasts her clear across the house. And what happens is that she lands on the stairs pretty fucking hard, as you can tell right over there. And
I was there when you linked to this one.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty. And what she does in order to make sure that this girl is going to be in some serious pain, she's going to take the bottom of the stairs here and do like an Inception thing and fold them on top of her, and then sharpen the edges, where it's like, wow, talk, where the hell are you? Where the hell did you come from, and what are you doing here? Or these stairs are going to get really hungry really quickly, you know, because now she's feeling her oats a little bit. And there's going to be something that I'm going to do over here, because if you see how like darkened she is over here, she kind of reminds me of Sunspot a little bit from the New Mutants when he first started. What this heavily shaded area is actually the Wrath is slowly entering our universe through her, but it's corrupting her body. And when she's using this power, it's kind of like it's kind of like she thinks she can handle it, but her body isn't going to be able to handle it for much longer. But we'll see what happens as time goes, because it's like issue 3 is really going to be really the insane one. Kind of where all the big stuff happens, and then after like the super big stuff, which is, well, not the super big stuff, the really tragic, horrifying thing that actually happens in front of Cassandra, we see her here after her retaliation towards it, and then she opens her eyes, and now her eyes are just raw naked power at this point. She's lost it. She's not pleased. This is towards the end of the issue, so she proceeds to hover. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of like distortion of the ground that she's leaving. And as you pull up with the camera, you can see right over here, back here, is supposed to be the Indian consulate in Milan. And this is supposed to be Rai News, which is an Italian news station. That truck is dissolving. And you see her, she's here, and she's surveying everything. And even though she's already lost it a little bit, she does have a tiny bit of remorse at what she's looking at. Now, I already drew the double page spread, but I don't like it. So I'm going to redraw that particular double page spread. Yes, I'm on. And
no, you're thorough.
I am thorough. Yeah, because I don't like. I didn't lose the script to issue 3, but I kept on thinking of like, wait a minute, I kind of like this better. This is better. This needs to be better. And I'm like, yes, I'll use this instead. And I'm going to redraw the double page spread, and I think I'll do that for the entire weekend, and just like, good God, it's going to be crazy, man. But yeah, this is my yummy pencils, and fuck Marvel and DC. They don't deserve my awesomeness.
Yeah. one tiny thing, if you don't mind.
Okay, what?
Go back to the page that you was working on earlier, at the very beginning.
Please let me know what's up.
The 5th panel.
5th panel. This one?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Only thing I would suggest is that you need to make it seem like she actually turned to use the hand that she was powering up to do that.
Well, she did, because if you go to the next page, like here, because she's blasting him. When she blasts him, hey, let me show you.
Oh yeah, go back to panel 2.
Let me show you. Like, she's blasting him. Her back is turned on her. So then, when she hears the little crackle of the hand coming through, whip, she turns around and it's like, oh, fuck. And then, boom. So there you go.
Yeah, I was thinking, but panel 2, it doesn't gel well with panel 2 from the other page, because we have.
What do you mean, this one? Like this panel's here?
No.
Yeah, I know. I fucked up on that.
I'll go up, further up, because it's like you have panel 1 was the circular portion, and that I consider that panel 2. When he breaks her arm,
yeah,
the power up arm is away from him, but by the time you get back to panel 5, that same arm, it looks like it's the same.
Yeah,
arm.
panel 5 is Cassandra, different girl.
Yeah, that's a different girl.
It's not the same girl.
No. See,
Here, I'll explain. Let me explain to you. This is the first hand. She was about to use her power on this hand over here. He breaks that arm, breaking the power, whatever it is. And over here, with her loose arm over here, she's powering up over here. Now, I am going to switch this panel and this panel across like this, because then it's going to show her power bursting here. And then she's going to say it's a mistake to do that. And then the way that this hand is, it pushes through here because she winds up and then she progresses all that power towards him, bursting him across. Now, she's upset, obviously. And then when over here, when you have this over here where you hear the little crackle of the melted cement that was surrounding her, that's when she whips around. And she is holding her hand because, you know, her arm is broken.
Right.
And she's going to be like, oh, fuck. And then she breaks out over here. And then she's like, now it's my turn. And with this same hand, it's boom. And then she lands over here.
That's where I'm getting lost at. It's like, I'm losing track with the hands here. It's like, I don't know which hand is whose hand in that one panel that you said that you have to switch.
Oh, it's I mean, it's there. I mean, it's like it's this going right to this.
Right, that's dealing with hers.
You know, and then this one over here.
Right.
I mean, if you see the thumb going here, the thumb is going here too, so it's obviously the same hand. And then when you turn it around, it's still the same hand. What I could do is I could just add a couple of speed lines over here, which would make it seem a lot better flow of movement. So yeah, you're actually right. And I'm not saying you're actually right, quote unquote, like I think you're wrong or anything like that. You're actually correct because I should put this in here. So thank you, because that actually works a hell of a lot better. Thank you for making me take a closer look at my art, man. I appreciate that.
Well, that's a job
you rule.
I do. That's the job I do as a writer and editor. I look at stuff like that, like that makes sense, but can we add this or nobody can get it mistaken?
Yeah, well, it's like the smallest thing, but sometimes the smallest thing usually does work. You know, so let me finish this up a little bit because I still got this little thing over here. Yeah.
I'm glad you did I'm glad you said all of that without giving away any spoilers because I
know.
Yeah. So
that does sound like a story I want to read, definitely.
Right? Like I mean,
well, send me a friend request and I'll send you digital copies of chapter 1 and 2. You'll dig it.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. I want you to see it. I want you to see what I got there.
I love that you know what, I kind of have to admit that was exactly where I was going to go, and then I don't even have to because that's the kind of richness he is, Helen. Yeah, I read the first one, and it was the first. I think I told you this already, Rich, but like it was the first comic book I read as a legit adult. I was thinking about it. Like I've bought plenty since, but your first issue of the Incontessi was the first one I had read since my days of Archie as a teenager.
Oh my god! I don't know if that helps.
Thank
you.
Of course. I spent my entire adult life reading things like Stephen King and Anne Rice. I had no interest in comic books.
Yeah, you guys actually know how to read, which is funny because I'm supposed to be an English major and I suck at it.
Oh my god.
Since you like that kind of stuff,
don't listen to him.
How about
Clive? Let me see for a minute.
Are you done with that page you were on?
What, babe?
Were you done with that page you're on?
I'm just about. Yeah.
Okay.
Just about. I was gonna look up Helen, and I was gonna.
Oh, she's on. Yeah, Rich, I'll send you the That actually is a good point because when you came back, we were going round table and I was putting everybody's links and comments, and I need to do that with Helen. So thank you for. I'm gonna just go do it anyway.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta bow out now. So thanks for having me on.
Thanks for hopping in.
Hey, good to see you.
All you have to do is just hit me up if you need some company every once in a while. It's like you might actually get me to pick up a pencil or actually turn on this.
Oh, really? You're so cute. Yeah, well, I plan on having more creators creating parties because someone asked me in one of my creators groups, it was an art group I belong to, for artists, and they wanted to know what art was to us. They're like, what does art mean to you? And I'm like, art is my suicide prevention plan. That's exactly what came out of me when I was asked this question, and it's still true to this day. It's what it started out for me as a young girl, and it still continues to be what saves my life on a daily basis. So I put Helen's link for her Instagram in the comments, but she mostly uses her personal personal Facebook. That I'm going to put in your Facebook Messenger, Rich.
Why? Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
I can't wait to see it.
Thanks for coming back.
Are we all signing off now, or what are you doing?
No, I'm just signing off. I'm just signing off. Everybody else
Joe
is.
we're telling Joe goodbye. And Phil, you're still working away, right? You're there.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little. I'm picking apart at the pieces, getting it all fine tuned, getting the last bits of it.
Let's see.
Barely hear this guy.
Did you see? This is what he's working on, Rich. Did you see this? Were you here earlier when he showed?
Wow, nice titties.
Nice boobies. Nice boobies.
Nice ghost boob. Nice swamp boobies.
So yeah, this is one where it was just colors. I've been doing more of this lately, where I've kind of got a feel for it and like a technique of working over gray washes and gray tones. So that's where I'm at with that one. Just getting the little bits and pieces and details, little bits of last minute highlights and shadows, and getting it all balanced.
Yeah, you're a very good colorist, man.
Well, thank you, Rich.
Well, you're welcome.
I appreciate it, bud. I'm serious. And you're a good line artist. I like working on your stuff, man.
Oh, please, I suck.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'll just grab something up at random back in the day and just
you just grab my shit. You know, just anything I post, you're like, hey, guess what? Look at this, Rich. And I'm like, oh, hi, who are you? What the fuck?
I remember that. That was yeah.
God, I felt like I was like, you know, like when I was in college, where it's like all of a sudden a really hot code would be like, hi, glurp, you know, just to know the end of it.
Well, it was always fun watching you do the live streams back then. Got kind of crazy back
I know.
then.
Those were stupid as fuck. I love them.
But yeah, that's where I first ran into you, man, and now I can't stop checking out your new art, man.
Yeah, well, I think I got a little bit better. At least I hope I did. What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's pretty damn good.
Man.
Think it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I'm trying, Phil. I'm trying. And there's Dory is still doing her painting stuff. And Helen, that looks amazing. Oh my God, that looks incredible.
Yeah, I think she got most of the head done while you've been gone. While you had to see that, Rich. The girl's holding.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's quite something, man.
It is. Helen, that's incredible.
You're penciling this one? Thank you.
Well, am I penciling this one?
Penciling or inking?
I'm going to do both, but...
How are you awake?
I don't know.
He's 8 hours ahead of us, Helen.
Well, yeah. You
Where
go
are
into
you at?
Nightbreed mode every now and then, right, Rich?
Yeah, I know.
Helen, ask where you are, Rich.
I live in the United Kingdom.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know. I'm in Britain.
He's out in the UK.
That's fucking Australian, you putz.
Well, that wasn't getting my impersonation.
If you go on the site that you're in Britain, it goes say it that way.
What part of Britain you're from? Are you from the north?
Everyone's from the north.
Awesome.
The one I've been doing in that area is later. What you got going on there, Brian? You doing a little drawing?
Holy shit, that's really good.
Holy shit, that's a really good
That's
impersonation.
so good.
That's so fucking good.
You're doing a little story there, Brian. You got an antagonist and a protagonist.
Oh my God, that's so good.
And then you can flip over and go, hold on, let me see if I can do this one.
Oh, what you got going on there, Quagmire?
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Yeah. Quagmire, how do you not have AIDS, Quagmire? Like you suck.
But Rick, I just wanted to go home and have a nice day.
You should like giggity yourself like all over your face. You're an ass, Quagmire.
Oh, wow, that's just nasty.
Never mind.
Oh my god.
That's
These
amazing.
guys. I know, right? Well, and Rich can do the Lucifer voice from Lucifer if he's got, if he get him warmed up. And it's really unfair. It's really not okay.
We're not going to do the Lucifer voice because
I can't handle it.
Because someone will wind up pregnant, and just I don't want to knock anybody out.
My favorite's got to be Rick. I like Rich's Rick impression.
Yeah, his Rick Morty's pretty good too. It's not as sexy, but it's all right.
You been catching any of the new episodes, Rich?
Yeah, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
But
what?
I don't know. I'm just chilling. I was just typing something. All right,
oh yeah, so you had lost battery or whatever. Your phone was dead, but I couldn't watch a stream today because I quite happily get to say I was on a consultation call with a client.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
For a commission. She hasn't decided yet. She said I was allowed to say I was in whatever, but she still has to decide if she wants me to do what we talked about. But anyway.
I got to do one of those too. I got another cover to pick up, I think it sounds like.
Yep. I am super excited. I hope I get to do this, what I talked to her about. And then I did, I think you were here when I said I woke up to an order. Or no, I had sold a piece, not a commission, but I literally posted a piece I had just done. I think Helen saw it, and it sold right away. Those are the
I
best.
love when that happens.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I hope that I'm sorry. Go ahead. You first.
Well, some of this I think you already know, but like, I think you saw Helen. You saw the neon on black thing that I started doing, right? The ones that are where it's black and so that was literally a fluke. It came out of nowhere. I accidentally fucked up a canvas one day and I couldn't stand it, and so I painted it black. I painted over what was on it, and then the next thing I know, I was grabbing these neon colors I have, and I was painting this scene, and as soon as I posted it, it was sold. And then as soon as I posted that it sold, two of my friends were like, hey, I wanted that. And I'm like, well, yeah, right, Phil? And then both of them placed orders. They commissioned me for pieces. One of them I did on Rich's show, actually. I started it on his show. He knows which one I'm talking about. He got to be there.
It was like all over the table and stuff. Oh, wait, you mean that? Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, the Phoenix one. The woman with the Phoenix, the piece. Are you even paying attention?
What? I'm sorry?
Anyway, I did.
I'm listening.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, I did one the other day. It was a beach scene, and I literally posted it. I looked away. I think I did a live feed of me painting or whatever. I come back, and it's like late at night. It's like maybe 1, 2 in the morning, and I'm checking my phone finally, and it had already sold.
Nice.
That's incredible.
I had just posted it. I'm like, oh, well, all right. Well, I guess I'm going to the post office in the morning. That works.
That's the thing. Watching you guys do all the physical stuff like that is prompted me to start getting back into my line work and doing some traditional shit again for a change.
I have to. When Max was on here earlier, we were talking about this, and it's one of the reasons why I do the variations of art I do. I couldn't do digital all day. I couldn't do painting all day. There's no way I'd want to do one. I just can't do it. And like just now even, I started this doing that what do you call it? That log cabin thing. I got sick and tired of that log cabin, so I moved on to one of my other pieces.
Well, that's
Love
what I
Shack,
do. If I got,
baby, Love Shack.
I was gonna say if I got a couple of projects going on, I'll do that too. Just kind of refresh the palette. Just have a couple of them pulled up, and then get on one for a little bit, and then it's like, okay, need a break. Jump over to the other one and get some more done on that one. Kind of just
totally. Do you do that?
I also do that.
Do I do what?
Oh, sorry, Helen. I talked over Helen.
Do I do what?
Oh no, it's okay.
Do you go between like a piece maybe you need to ink as opposed to writing, as opposed to whatever else you're doing, just to kind of break up monotony, to kind of not be doing the same thing all the time?
I just jump from. I do whatever the hell I want to do. I don't really think about what I need to do. I just do it. Because it's just. I think sometimes that there's. I don't know. For me, I think there's too much worry when it comes to what you're doing when you produce some form of art. Like if you really feel like that you don't want to work on the piece, but you think that you have to, then don't freaking do it.
Yeah.
Just do something
force
else.
it. Right, yeah.
Yeah. That don't. Just like if you don't want. If I was considering starting another page today before I finish this one, but and there may be something that there may have been some. If I decided to jump on this page earlier, there might have been something else that I would have done, but I chose not to. Because you see, it's not even so much a go with the flow thing. It's just okay, I'll do this. Okay, I'll do that. You see, the thing with art is that you're not supposed to think about it, and you're not supposed to worry about it. You're not supposed to like harp on it. It's like, oh, what am I gonna do? Can I do this? Should I do this? Like, no, it doesn't matter what the hell you do. Just fucking do it.
It's great.
Yeah, I
sounds
can't
simple.
afford
It's just that's it.
Going.
It's like that. Done. Just do the damn art. No one's gonna give a shit.
I
the world isn't gonna crumble if all of a sudden someone doesn't. The world's not gonna crumble if you decide to jump to another page. It's not. Nothing terrible is gonna happen. You'll be fine. So boom, that's it. I just, I keep saying boom a lot, like I'm a fucking chef or something. But, but it's the truth. It's the fucking truth.
It's like a drop mic moment in his conversation, so Rich has to go boom.
Boom, just like that.
Just boom. But no, the don't force it thing. Oh man, that is that's 100% number one. I cannot force myself to do anything, because if I feel myself forcing shit, I will fuck it up.
Yeah, if you overthink it. Yeah.
I can't do it. What about you? What were you gonna say, Helen? I'm sorry.
Oh, I jumped from different projects also. I used to try to like stick to one, but when I started doing oil, I realized I can't do that anymore because oil takes so long to dry.
Yeah.
That
so
oil
I'll
painting
do like
is still on the wall. Anyway, continue.
I'll do like wood burning in between, and then like sometimes I'll do claymations.
Oh, cool.
Sometimes I'll do charcoal, and then I do some like digital art, but not as much. It's mostly just like editing and stuff. My boyfriend's in a bunch of metal and punk bands, so I'm always the one doing the artwork for them.
OnlyFans? What's an OnlyFans? I have an OnlyFans.
I play metal.
You have an OnlyFans?
Yes, I do. It's forbidden.
Are you fucking with her? Don't be mean.
I'm not being mean. I have an OnlyFans. It's called Tom Lucifer. No. Tom Ellis's daddy.
Oh my God! Here we go.
So what kind of punk and metal does he do? Is it original or cover stuff? Or?
No, all original stuff.
Do I know this person?
No.
No, Helen and I know the same people. Helen, the punk person, the artist you're talking about.
Oh no, it's my boyfriend's band. So I do all the like cover art for them. He's in like 20 different bands, I think, at this point. Well,
because
yeah.
Yeah,
so he does mostly like avant-garde metal and like doom metal and black metal and grind and power violence stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just yeah.
Yeah, I never went into all the subgenres, but I did a lot of metal and punk through the days, and just regular rock. But yeah, when I was first getting into it, a lot of metal, thrash, and punk.
Well, I was at like I just had a who was that? Fuck, I can't even. My brain just went. So I just had Indel Wilson on my show on Sunday, and he is a punk. He called himself goth punk. Phil, you would totally fuck. You would. The music would just blow your mind. It's so good, and yeah, he was on my Spotlight show on Sunday, and he has a band. It's called a sky, a bleeding sky, is the name of it. It's really, really good. It's good stuff.
A bleeding sky, yeah, it kind of gives you that goth or emo band kind of name feel.
It's called, the band is called A Bleeding Sky. His name is Sky. He goes by Sky Lee, and his real name's Indel Wilson. But he was on my show on Sunday, and some of the music's just a trip. And like where it's like I love music or art, anything like that, where there's a combination of genres in it.
Yeah.
Like I love that. I love when there's a combo
like
of stuff.
Genres, man, for sure.
Yeah,
like
guys, I'm gonna get
band.
going. I'm starting to get tired. I'm starting to get loopy.
Oh, sweetie, that's perfectly
I'm gonna
fine.
go to sleep.
I wanted to hang out and make time for you to get to come back in and be with us because I know you were phone thing, but we've officially been at this for 3 hours and 11 minutes. I've been sitting in the same spot. I need to go to the bathroom.
All right. I'm going to talk to you guys later.
Rich,
All right.
I'll catch up to you in the next day or two.
You will.
So we can go
Excellent.
over stuff.
Helen, send me a friend request so I can send you the digital copies.
I will.
I will
Thank
make
you.
sure you guys
It was
get to
nice
know
meeting
how to
you.
find each other. And one more time, I don't think we got to Helen when we were going around. We were ending on you, and we were going to end the stream, but we've kind of already done the round robin, tell everybody where to find you kind of thing. So other than that, you guys, I am going to thank you from the bottom of my heart and soul that you came on and hung out, and this is hopefully going to be one of many creators parties where we can bring. I actually had a musician friend who the only reason he didn't come was because his tile was being worked on and he was going to play for us. So I will try to do a lot more of these parties where we have multi artists of different variations kind of all hanging out talking art.
Doing a jam, yeah.
Exactly. Right, Phil? Like,
well, that's kind of what I've been doing, when I was just going to do it on my own for a while and do stuff, but then everybody started joining in. I love it. Rich came by. I think you came by at one point too, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
And Helen will stop by. I have to stop by sometime when I'm doing it, man. It's the Zen Den.
I will definitely stop by.
Cool.
That would be super fun. And I totally, again, really grateful that everyone came today. I'm going to hit play on this video that I usually use at the end of my whatever I'm doing, just for, whatever. I will not be offended if you're not in the backstage by the time it's done playing, but I will hit offline and hit in broadcast while it's playing, or right at the end. But again, thank you for coming.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
Good meeting you.
You too. Well, I know. Yeah, like this, Helen and I have messaged, but now we've got to hear each other's voices, so that's pretty rad.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks.